We're live.
We
We did
are.
it. It's that easy.
Yeah.
You just cross over.
Like that. Like 1 second you're
guys-
there, and then the next second you're not.
Hello, everybody, first of all. And second of all, I have a sad announcement. We're having an issue with the call-in software, and that's why we're late. We were trying to figure this out. It looks like we may have to do a call-in show. Do you think tomorrow we can do it, Tommy?
I think we can have it pulled off by tomorrow. There's a
Okay.
really outside chance that things get figured out here shortly, but I'm not putting any money on it. So we're probably looking at tomorrow. But we're gonna get this
Guys,
thing
I'm
done
so
before
sorry. I hate that. Yeah, before I leave for Phoenix, but don't worry, we're gonna do it. Please don't leave because we still have a good time with you, and you can always ask us questions in the comments. Thank
Absolutely.
you, Wayne. Thank you. Do a little roll call, Tommy.
Yeah,
roll call.
But first, I wanted to ask you: is that one of your? Is that made by your hat designer?
It is. This is my first custom hat she ever did,
Okay.
and it's a. I've never worn it on the show, but I love the band. See that? It's like, see how it's like pewtery and like kind of different.
Yes.
See how it sparkles? Yeah, she did that just for me. She had to order that like from Peru or something. Kind of cool. Nope, Thank you. And the brim is really big on this guy. The brim is a big one on this guy. And it's a little big up close here. But when I got up and walked away a minute ago, it goes with the outfit. I kind of equestrian. Got a little bit of an equestrian look today, guys. Hey, I need a card. I did a blazer with the pants. It's good when you put it all together, but sitting here in your face, it's not. And it is large. I can't tell you how many walls I've bumped into already today. Huh?
You look like you should have a mint julep and be waiting for the Kentucky Derby. It's kind of one of those, you always see really great hats at the Kentucky Derby.
Hello, what's wrong with my sound? Your sound is not good. What's wrong with my sound? Tommy, do I not sound right?
You sound good to me.
Joanne, welcome.
About. Hello.
Mark Hardman, we love you.
Way to get here on time. I love that. Not saying you were late yesterday or anything, but...
Love you, Millie, the dandelion. Oh, that's so cute. Hi, Quibbill.
I hadn't heard that.
Quib.
You people are creative.
Jenny
like Out of Africa. I remember that movie.
Love you, Kristen Melinda.
Hello, Kristen Melinda. Good to see you.
Reese, can you model it for us? Model what for you?
The whole ensemble, I think she was saying.
My sound is weird. All right, I'll get up and show you. I wore the same jeans I wore yesterday. Stella, Tommy, read that.
Woohoo! You guys are monetized. Amazing.
A little bit of equestrian.
Thank you both for keeping
a little bit of an equestrian look.
You had me read that so I couldn't stare at your keister. This was a plan.
I'm getting better at it. You want me to? Why do I sound tinny but not awful?
You don't.
I can undo the mic
at all.
All right, let me turn the mic off and you guys tell me. Hold on. Oh.
How about if you turn the mic on?
There we go. Mic's not on. Better. Saddle.
Saddle. Well played, Anna Nicole.
All right, that's better, isn't it?
Now you're in prepper. I think you're going to find when the mic is turned on, 100 out of 100 times, that works better. I did that yesterday, if it makes you feel better, Anna Nicole. But mine was completely no sound. Like it was gone.
Sorry. So yeah, it was a little bit of an equestrian look and I was up for it. I went to a really good brunch today. Thank you, Marie. Holy crap. I would like to be treated to brunch more often. I have to be honest. I don't usually eat that early. Hey, Geoplanet Jane. This rocked my whole world. It really did. Rocked my socks right off.
Well, that's nice.
Tommy, they make little Belgian waffles like made to order. Oh, I love that. And I took a picture and sent it to my mom. They're like these little mini ones and they bring them around with like hot syrup. And then Tommy, my favorite thing, I sent a picture to my mom as well. It was a brunch buffet. And you guys know I don't do buffets because of arm hairs and sneezes. Well, this is a fancy buffet. And you know what one of my favorite things to eat, and I make it in the summer? Caprese salad. It's an Italian thing. You do the mozzarella, you do the fresh basil, you do the balsamic, you do the tomatoes. This had the best caprese salad ever, and I added balsamic to it. That's why you see a big smack of it on my plate.
Yes.
I mainly ate caprese salad for lunch today, and it was so good with a couple of waffles.
Good for
You know
you,
what I'm
though.
saying?
Well, since I did get a shout out, this hat maker here was yard sale.
Ralph,
Yes. No, I've had this forever. Actually, I
sexy
washed it.
park ranger.
The,
Okay.
a sexy park ranger. There you go. That's
It's not the look I see again. With the G, yeah, aspire to inspire. It's a whole look with the whole outfit, guys. But then
I
when you
can
put it
see
up
it
in your
though.
face, I do look like a damn Parker. Yeah, but look, if I get up, I don't look like a park ranger. Now I don't.
Well, kind of a sexy park ranger. No, I can see that. I can see that.
No way. This is a nice button down. I don't look like a park. I don't want to look like a park ranger, guys. I'm not outdoorsy in any fashion. Okay.
See, now you've got Kim wanting a caprese salad. What are you doing? Don't get everybody. Everyone's going to run to go get something to eat now. This is a.
I just came from Whole Foods and they already have heirloom tomatoes in. Oh my God. So I grow my own basil, Tommy. Are you listening?
Every word.
I do my own basil. I do. And then I go to Whole Foods and I get heirloom tomatoes and we get the balsamic. We slice that stuff up. We can't cuss on here as much, not in the first 10 minutes because we're monetized. And then I do the caprese salad. And then whoever wants to join me joins me. If not, I eat the whole damn thing. It's not my problem. It's your problem that you weren't there. You know what I mean?
Yes. Yeah.
And we do the buffalo mozzarella. And it really rocks your world.
I'm a fan of nothing you just said. I'm not going to lie to you.
You don't wait. No. Yes, you do. Are you telling me you're Italian and you don't eat caprese salad?
I'm telling you that I'm Italian and I don't eat anything that that grew. No, honestly, I don't have a problem with it. But
hold up.
I just thought I would mess with you because it's always fun, especially this early in the show to start pushing your buttons.
Hold on, though. I'm being serious. Are you an Italian and you don't eat caprese salad?
No, I do.
All right, because I'm going to get upset.
See? I am not a huge fan of tomatoes, but oddly enough, I like tomatoes in everything. Like I like marinara, but I just don't like.
Will we do a cherry tomato?
Yeah, I mean I can. I'm just not a huge fan of them. Right?
We can't live together. I don't know that I can live with you. I don't think we eat any of the same things. You're eating like raw steaks all day. What am I supposed to make? What am I going to eat?
No,
what do you eat? What am I supposed to cook?
I don't eat raw steaks all day. Nobody lives on raw steak. I mean, that's something that you do once a year, you nut job.
You're like Fred Flintstoning it. What am I going to make? What am I supposed to make for you? You don't eat mushrooms. You don't eat tomatoes. You eat all the stuff.
I can't eat mushrooms. That one's not a choice.
You also don't like olives, and I think that's super weird.
They're just a little salty. You know what I mean?
So am I.
Is that true?
You like to eat Reese's?
Personality. I'm sorry. I didn't know where you're going with that.
I love bruschetta.
So do I. Love bruschetta.
But you don't like tomatoes.
I know.
All right. This is getting ridiculous. Let's go down the list here. Hold on. I'm trying to think of things that I make on a regular.
Olives are little balls of evil. Did you see that? I mean, olives are little balls of evil. I don't know that I would have gone that far, but I love olive oil. See? Doesn't make any sense, does it?
I got to answer this text. Guys, I have something I'm going to discuss later that I need to discuss with you all. I'm not going to do it now, but it has to do with the text and it will be pieced together by the end of the evening. Hold on. I got to go down the list here, Tommy. Do you eat egg salad? Deviled eggs?
I love deviled eggs and I eat egg salad, yes.
Okay, because that's something I make a lot.
I'm a huge, huge fan of egg salad.
Oh my God, so am I.
Love it.
Okay, so that's something we can live on. Hold on. I got to go down the list. I do sometimes eat meat. Do you like chili? I like to make chili.
I do. I love chili.
Lots of garlic. Okay.
Love garlic.
I put garlic in everything.
I can eat garlic raw.
Me too. Okay, one time I worked for a physician.
Popcorn.
One time I worked for a cataract surgeon. He was my favorite guy to work for ever. And we were assisting in surgery, and he came out of surgery and he goes, "You've been, I worked with this guy for years and I'd never seen him get upset with me." And he goes, hey, Reese, come here. And I was like, okay, yeah. What's up, Steve? And he goes, you've been eating like garlic or something, right? And I was like, yeah, I have been known to. I said, I pop them like, I marinated them and I would eat them raw.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
And he was like, not anymore. You don't. He was like, you do that shit on the weekends. He was like, do not ever do that again. He was like, I can't sit with you in surgery. And I was like,
wow.
Are you serious? And I was so, it was awkward. And then I went home and told my first husband about it. And he was like, I'm glad somebody said something. He said, it's husband repellent. He was like, you stink. It's awful. And I said, well, I don't like you anyway either.
Garlic is an aphrodisiac. Bring it on. No, I'm a fan. I absolutely love garlic on almost everything. Like I like a little bit of garlic on garlic. It's
me too. The problem is it was seeping out of my pores because then I was in surgery until the end of time, and he would ask me something, and I was like, yes, doctor. Like I didn't want to speak, but the problem was it wasn't coming out of my mouth; it was seeping out of my pores because I ate it all the time. What else can we eat that we can coexist
so
together
far, I'm
with?
batting 1,000. What are you talking about?
All right, you like sandwiches?
Yes, I do.
Okay, I like sandwiches. What about soup? That's like my favorite thing in the world.
There's a lot of soup I like, yeah.
Okay, because I'm a big soup eater, honestly.
Yeah, I like soup.
Year round. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I don't think it's a seasonal thing.
Zippy, I don't eat hamburger, but I don't know how to make meat either, Tommy. So that's a problem. I don't know how to make a burger. I've never made one in my life, but I do love a veggie burger. I eat those all the time. Well, so here's what happens. I've never made bread homemade before. No, Jeff did that once, yarn prepper, and it changed my life. It was good and it made my house smell good. Hold on. I don't know how to bake either, really. Hold on. You can make hamburgers? You know how to do it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I don't know how. Okay, so you can make that and I'll eat a veggie burger. And then you can make hot dogs. Do you know how to do that?
I do.
Okay, because I eat veggie hot dogs. So we can make this work.
Yeah.
Okay, what about a grilled cheese?
Yes, I love grilled cheese.
Okay.
Absolutely love
so there's cheese. Definitely things that we can get by.
Yes, and I have a little slight variation of that where you take bread and you toast it, and then you take the piece of bread and slice it in half after it's been toasted, right? And then you take the side that you cut, put it face up, put some cheese on it, and put it in the broiler, and just broil the cheese that way. It's absolutely life-changing. Cheese bread.
Will you make me one of those?
On top of bread. I will.
Okay. And Cece, I love veggie burgers. Black bean burgers for sure, like a spicy one, especially. I hate this new age meat crap, this like Beyond Meat or whatever it is. Because my thing is, I don't like the taste of meat. I'm avoiding it because I don't like the taste. So somebody out there thought it was cool to do this fake meat and it looks pink and it tastes like meat. I don't like that. So yes, really? Black bean burgers. Yeah, I don't want something that tastes like hamburger. I'm avoiding it intentionally. I don't eat fish. I don't really eat a lot of chicken.
Okay.
So are we kind of
messing? I eat a lot of fish, a lot of chicken, but
okay. So we've got problems. We're gonna have two different refrigerators, I guess. We may not be able to coexist.
I mean, you just adjust over time. Like I went vegetarian for a period in my life. Like I did that for a while. It wasn't the end of the world for me at all. It was just
sassy both, girl. What are you kidding me? Come on. I'm not diabetic for nothing.
Both. I did it while incarcerated. I decided to go the veggie route, and I did it for over a year. So
okay.
And that was on bad vegetables and bad, nothing there was good. I would imagine on the street that I could groove to that.
Okay. I'm just worried about this because I eat a lot of the same thing over and over. I don't really venture out. I get the same thing. So like, soups, egg salad, a sandwich. And I also only eat about once a day. So like yesterday I had a can of organic lentil soup and I ate some hummus with some crackers yesterday with some sriracha. That was my meal.
I'm not a huge eater. I have to be reminded to eat. You know what I mean? Like I'm one of those people that if somebody doesn't bring it up, I will just forget about it altogether. Sadly, that's kind of a thing. But
Okay, well, I don't have that. I don't do that.
Someone became a pescatarian. I was going to say, look, who you pray to is your business. I'm kidding. Sorry.
Is that like a Protestant?
No, yeah, I just figured I'd make a joke because it was a Sunday. I don't know.
I
It's a different diet. Go ahead.
I love spaghetti yarn prepper. Here's the problem. I don't eat a lot of pasta because of the carbs. And here I am going, do you like sandwiches? I don't really, I love spaghetti. I love mostaccioli, mac and cheese even sometimes, but it puts me to sleep almost immediately. It's so filling.
Right.
Um, but I love it. I love it. I just don't make it very often. But yes, I definitely make it. It's delicious. But in the summer, Carol, I'm totally with you. In the summer, I love to make a fresh caprese salad. Maybe just that may be the whole meal.
Pastafarian. That's very funny. I've never heard that before, but I love it. A pastafarian.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's great.
It is great. Okay, so you think there's things that you and I can coexist
Yeah,
on the food?
yeah. It's not a massive issue in my life. You know what I mean?
Good for
Like
you, Kate.
it's just not one of those things. Not one of those things that's I don't know. Not as important to me, I guess.
Now I will say at this brunch today, I do like bacon, which is I know that's weird, but I do like bacon. So I loaded up, let's see. They had a cheese, I love cheese. They had like a big cheese tray, so I got myself some cheese. They had a big fruit plate, got a couple slices of pineapple. Don't do that very often because of the acid will burn the hell out of my throat.
Right?
No, I don't think so, Christina Carter. I got
You
bacon.
you can build an entire relationship on bacon alone.
Oh, it was good. Tommy. Oh, God, you don't like tomato. See, I like to make in the summer fresh BLTs with heirloom tomato.
That would be Bosco licorice and Turkish taffy.
I don't know, but do you eat
Re-
that?
no, I will eat a BLT. Yeah.
Oh, I love, but you don't see, you're not excited. I don't like that you're not excited.
What, should I
Strike two.
tap dance?
Strike two. It's
I don't
getting,
get
it's,
excited about anything. Like when
it's
what have
good.
you brought up
You
ever that I
don't?
go ooh ooh? No, I mean food wise. No, I don't.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say, I've brought things up where you've said you've gotten pretty. Yeah, BLT. I loaded up on bacon today and I got some scrambled. Hey, Katie Fulton. Scrambled eggs, which I usually don't eat other people's. I usually only eat my own, but they were cooked really well done. I don't like any eggs with any moisture. Do you understand? No moisture.
Okay, so you like your eggs basically poached.
Nope. Poached is when you cut into it and juice and jelly rolls out. No. Burnt.
Okay,
I want to break my teeth on them. I want no
hard
shininess
boiled.
whatsoever. No, babe, like fried hard. Either scrambled
Oh,
really
okay,
hard or fried well done hard. You
okay,
like a fried egg sandwich?
love it.
Me
My
too. Okay.
grandfather
Okay.
ate one every single day of his life.
I love a fried egg
It was his
sandwich.
favorite thing
Okay.
in the world. I'm a fan. I'm a huge
Yeah.
fan. Yep. Eggs
Fried
in
egg with a
general.
little cheese and bacon and some Tabasco is really good for me.
Yep.
Okay. Okay. All right. We can probably make this work. We'll give it a try. Um But, like, they had a carving station. I didn't go anywhere near that. They had, like, that stuff with the au jus sauce. What is that? You dip, like,
Um,
horseradish. Prime
yeah,
rib.
French dip. Yeah, prime rib,
I've
French
never
dip.
had prime rib in my life, and I won't. So, like, those things
Okay.
I stayed away from.
And
Okay.
I completely respect you staying away from anything that you don't like.
Okay.
Seems
All right.
fair.
All right. I'm just saying I wish you could have been there. It was a tasty brunch.
I would have. I think I would have dug it. I
Actually, I think
will.
what I'm trying to get at is I want you to take me out for a really nice brunch.
There's one in New Orleans that is just absolutely incredible. But,
Well, that's great, but we're not gonna be in New Orleans. We're gonna be in Arizona. So find a brunch place, please.
you meant in Phoenix. Sorry, I wasn't paying attention. I got this. Look, the we are in the land of the greatest Mexican food on earth. All great Mexican restaurants are right in Arizona. If you happen to have one in your
Linsanity.
state, we are lending it to you. What did Linsanity
Look, I
say?
think that's great. She's lurking for a minute while she goes to raid the fridge for a snack. I think that's great, okay? And Mexican food definitely is my top of the list, right? But
Uh huh.
Find a good brunch place, would you?
Yeah, I got this, don't you?
All
Got
right.
this knocked out.
Don't be
Um,
forgetting.
what?
Ooh, half. I love a breakfast burrito. It has to be done right, kind of like a bagel. Love a
Love a
bagel.
bagel, love a breakfast
Ooh.
burrito. This is easy. Are you kidding me? We're in this out of the park.
Okay, well, you're not absorbing it though, and I'm worried that you're not going to have plans made when I get there. I
Oh
expect
no, no,
plans.
no, no, no. I heard the optimum word. Bacon.
Yeah, but I don't want like some crap ass brunch. Like, don't be taking me. You know, I want it to be nice. I need something nice, stuff that I like.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, I got that.
All right. I gave you the list.
Yes.
I would love to go to New Orleans. I've never been there, Valerie.
Love it. Love it, love it,
Geoplanet
love it,
Jane,
love it.
I don't do the locks because I don't eat fish, but definitely load me up with cream cheese and don't get cheap. I'm not driving. Load it up, and then I want layers of jalapenos on top of that. And sometimes I might even do a little jelly and kind of dip the jelly with the jalapeno and the cream cheese. No,
Right?
you feel good about it?
I do. I mean, you do
Change
know
your
that
life.
there's the Scoville thing, right? You're fairly safe with the whole Scoville thing, right? The if you do peppers in general, we're probably going to do all right. I don't think you're
Well,
going
I
to
don't know any
overspice
other
much.
peppers. I just know jalapeno peppers, and I load up on jalapenos,
They're fantastic. They're
and
one of
they come
the
out the
most
same way they go
flavorful.
in.
Yeah, they're one of the most flavorful peppers ever. They're great, and they're not
Mhm,
too
mhm.
hot, right?
I like them raw too. Crunchy,
Yeah,
like raw on a bagel. Oh my god, that's so
they will
good.
sneak up on you, right? Take my word for this. That is one of those. That is one of those peppers where every once in a while you will eat one and be like, "What the heck was that?" It'll be so hot. It'll, yeah, it'll get your attention.
I've never had that, Katie Fulton. No. And how do I eat Chinese? Japanese. Yeah, Sassy, I do. I There's a place in Kansas City. Hey Joe Virus. I get a tofu every time I go for my protein. So I'll do like I'll do any kind of Chinese, but I do it with tofu. But yeah, for
Good to
sure.
see you, Joe. See,
I love
that's
Joe.
great. Yeah, we can do Chinese. I love Chinese.
I don't love
Sweet
it.
Caroline. Ba,
Ooh, I'm
ba.
Abita. That's one thing my dad taught me how to do. I make fried okra and fried green tomatoes in the summer, and it rocks my socks off. It
Okay,
is
you
so
remember?
good.
You know how you talk about eggs? That's how I feel about okra.
Joe.
If there is any form of
Slime?
snottiness to the
There's
okra,
not how I
I'm
do
gonna.
it.
I
Babe,
literally will like skeeve, like
babe, listen. You're not
uh,
listening. So you know my theme, right? Pretty much
crispy.
everything I like, yeah, burn, burn it, break my teeth.
Yep.
Well, I did, didn't I? I did.
Yeah.
And
To
yeah,
be honest,
not
me too.
slimy. So I burn the okra. I darken it for sure. It's delicious. And you know what? You don't have to eat it. I'm making it. I'm going to make it anyway. I'm going to eat the whole damn plate.
Well,
Okay?
no, if you
If you're not going
fry
to eat
something up, like if it's really, really cooked, I just, I guess it's like you with the eggs. I've had a really bad experience with slimy okra.
Nope, nope. Not on my watch. And barbecue, yeah, Sassy. Kansas City is pretty known for their barbecue. There's some good places here. I like brisket. Greek, I love Greek food. Southern fried soul food, probably not. I don't eat a lot of fried food or I'll crap myself.
Well,
That
there's
happened
something
at
we
the
have in
restaurant
common.
today. We had the nicest server. I loved her so much. Her name was Abby, and she was so professional. I felt bad for her at the end. She was like, "Is there anything else you guys need?" And I said, "The problem with this, it was so good." I said, "But I have a shy colon and I got to take a crap, Abby, right now." And she was like, "Do it, girl." She was like, "Our bathrooms are great. Go do it." And I did. I pooped in public today, and that was saying a lot.
Good for you. And you didn't even have to call and have me talk to your colon. That's pretty
Nope,
impressive.
I did not need a pep talk from you about how to get through it.
Yeah,
Guys, he's
I've had
had
to
to do
talk
that
her
to me
through it.
before. He had to talk my
Yeah.
colon through it once. That's why we titled this "Best Friends." I
Uh,
make stew good. Yeah, I just made a roast on Easter, but I make a good beef stew. And my mom
uh,
makes homemade dumplings and puts them on top of the stew, and I got to figure out how to do that.
oh,
Hey Todd.
bingo. Love dumpling. Homemade dumplings are fantastic. See, now we're
Oh,
on the
they're
same
good.
page.
Well, I was talking about my mom, so I don't
Well,
know how
that's
to
all
do
right.
it. Don't get excited.
No, not but you get mom on
Although
board.
she could walk me through it, I think. She said it's really easy. Thanks, Joe Virus. Yeah. Tommy has had to talk me to poop before. He talked to my colon once. Do you remember that?
I
You were
do.
like, listen here, colon.
Yeah.
You did the crimmy. You did the crimmy threat.
I got Crimmy on her colon. You know, the
You
problem
threatened my
was
colon.
I had to. You were in dead panic mode. Like she reached out
Yeah.
and said, I'm in trouble, like for real. You know, I don't remember how long you said it had been, but it had been a really long time. And I was like, hey, what the heck's wrong with you?
I
All right, put your
hadn't
colon on.
pooped. Yeah. And you did. You said, put the colon on, put it on now. And I did. And whatever you said, you got real
Yep.
crimmy on the colon.
Every once in a
And
while, you just got to threaten it. I have found over the years that you get more with a smile and and a threat than you do with just a smile. It's kind of one of those things.
really interesting
Joanne
how that
Palmer, did you
works
see what
too.
Joanne Palmer said? Because this is important.
I'm looking. Let me find. Let me find. Hold on. I'm not going to let you down. Where is it? There she is. You just have to make sure you drop them in. Yes, Joanne, that's what mom says. And mom says, once you do that, do not take the lid off. She's real weird about it. Do not take the lid off. They got to like rise or something.
Right?
So yeah, Joanne, I think it's easy. I've just never attempted it, but I will. I will. Yeah, Sassy, I've got a couple casseroles up my sleeve. Sure, sure.
I like
Not great at
casseroles.
salads. Do love to make a pasta salad. I make a good pasta salad. Absolutely. Geoplanet Jane, I love fried eggplant. Yeah,
CC
no
Atwoman,
question.
just so that you know,
Shelly,
I've never seen McDonald's do that down here, but um, Texas Church's Chicken does that.
I think it's C
Um,
Catwoman.
yeah, but I liked CC Atwoman. That was for your benefit.
I just want to make sure you weren't doing the Tony Shooter.
No, I definitely was not. Sassy Savage, do I have my mom's lasagna is pretty off the chain, but my mom's a great cook. She really is. She's anything she makes Italian is just to die for. You know, my mom's problem, the only problem with my mom in cooking is that she doesn't do the same thing twice. You know, she
Mm.
kind of makes up things as she goes along, and you'll go, "Oh, that's the best ever," and she'll go, "Yeah, I don't even remember what I did." And then so
Aw.
it gets hard
Mm.
to, she's like, yeah, I don't know, just a little of this, pinch of that, that kind of thing.
Well, that's how they do it, the Italians. My mom makes my grandma's recipe from Italy, the gnocchi, and then she also
Oh,
has her meatballs. She makes her meatballs. All right, Hockey Town John, this was not meant to be a park ranger theme, and you guys, I'm telling you, it was a whole thing with the outfit, but you only see half the outfit, so it's not supposed to be. But Hockey Town John, I'm happy to see you anyway.
it's a good look. It is definitely a good look. I gotta agree.
All right, thanks, babe.
Yeah.
So what else do you know? Anything else fun happen?
Well, it's funny, and I'm going with CC Woman. I'm sorry, man. I'm doing it. I got this. It's a recurring theme. I'm sorry, it is. Uh, Never try to make a man's mother's best recipe. Advice I was given before. You want to hear something insane?
That
I'm
makes
gonna tell you
sense,
this.
actually,
I'm gonna
Kristen.
tell you this story because this is absolutely insane. Uh, I was with a person who made lasagna, right, for my parents. And when my parents were over there eating, my mother told this other person that the lasagna was better than hers. Now, by way of full disclosure, um, we had this Russian vodka that night, right? True, real, no joke, like the stuff that, yeah, it was, whoa, but I think it might have been a booze thing. Gnocchi is absolutely Katie Fulton. Yes, there you go.
No, our safe word is spider.
I think gnocchi is. Oh, that is super funny. Gnocchi. Uh, that's just so funny.
You're cute. You're cute, aren't you today, Scoville?
Oh, that is so good. The hot you get Carmen San Diego vibe. There you go. And there's CC
Okay,
Shelby.
okay.
I told you this is a recurring theme. Booyah. I say it comes true. Chicka cherry cola.
It comes out, doesn't it?
I don't have an accent.
He does.
That's downright silly.
It's cute. It only slips out sometimes. It's
It's
funny.
New
He gets when
Englandish.
he gets punchy. I learned what that meant
Yeah,
too.
when I get tired, it pops out. I'm New England. It's from New England.
You did not sleep last night either.
I slept.
You were
but
blowing up my phone at like 4 a.m.
Yeah, but that's about the time I get up. I'm an early riser. You know what? Genius.
That's a
Genius.
great song, Karen.
And it's such a funny, I mean, that is the greatest reference ever. Best safe word, meatloaf. I'll do anything for love. No, we're not doing that. Meatloaf. No, I'm not doing that. That's fall down funny. I'm sorry. That really is. That's great. Karen, I mean, that made my day. Anna Nicole,
Sorry, I had to
what are you
finish
doing?
up I had to respond to somebody.
See, I'm just checking to make sure it's not me. You know what I mean? Like
You're
I got this
so
sneaky
cute.
suspicion. No, I got to make sure.
That's cute. No, it
For all
wasn't
I
you
know.
this time. But we do text a lot, and I like that about you.
Oh, Joe, that's a real deal, right? That this is a phenomenon that happens to a lot of people with accents. If I get around people from New York, or if I get around people any New England accent, I get around them, it gets awful, like quickly too.
Diana, I'm not a big cabbage fan. I don't like coleslaw, but Brussels sprouts are like dessert for me. I love them so much. I love to roast them. Cauliflower, I love so much. I get the bags of it at Costco. It's dehydrated and salted. I'm going to bring some of that on the plane.
Have you ever
What?
painted the outside of it in parm and then cooked it? So it's just like looks like a big grenade of Parmesan, and you just cut into it, and it's got cauliflower
No,
underneath it.
no, I
Because that's
haven't. But
incredible.
I roast a lot of vegetables. That's why I'm worried about us. I'm worried about our future surviving with food. Like I love to make a big pan of roasted vegetables. You gonna eat that? Like I love to make like with olive oil, parm,
I have an
broccoli.
excellent idea. I got
Hold
an
on,
excellent idea.
squash, zucchini. No,
On those days, I will do cotton candy, and then on days where you don't like try to literally kill rabbits by eating all of their food, right? On other days, then I'll join you. Maybe we'll have a like a veggie burger or something like that.
so the days that I make stuff you're not gonna eat, you'll just eat cotton candy.
Yes,
That sounds healthy and non-diabetic. Has
huh.
anyone had steamed whole head of cauliflower with buttered cornflakes? No, but that's almost like making like a cauliflower steak. And I've heard about this and I want to. I love cotton candy grapes too, Chrissy. They're
So
extremely
do I.
expensive. They're extremely expensive. Um, yeah, not a big cabbage fan. Third eye open. Yeah, see, I don't have that problem. I don't feel like I need a protein. I'll make a whole pan of roasted vegetables for dinner. When I was single, that's all I ever did. I also eat a lot of hummus. Do you like hummus?
I love hummus.
You do?
Absolutely freaking love hummus. I could live on it. You know what, Katie Fulton? I grew up
Oh my
speaking
god.
nothing but hick.
There's
Nothing
hope
but
for
hick.
us.
Oh no, I love hummus. In fact, I can arguably say I've never met a hummus I didn't like. You know,
Purple
like
Groovy.
people will say that's
Love you.
terrible hummus or whatever. I think all hummus is good hummus.
You dress up any and everything you wear from makeup to your outfits. Purple Groovy, thank you so much, girl. That's all I know how to do. It's my only talent, just so you know, though. So I don't bring a lot to the table, but I do like fashion. Um,
I prefer that to the the other option. Yeah, Nicole, yesterday's you heard me.
I didn't. I don't know what the hell you're talking about, but I. What are you doing?
I was putting my foot down again before we even got started.
Oh, that. Yeah, I tried yarn prepper to make my own hummus once. Wasn't as good as stuff that I can get in restaurants or at the store. And Tommy, I don't know about you, but I can only eat hummus if I'm eating it with something really hot. Like I like it with a sriracha. I need a lot of sriracha with my hummus. And that's how it's eaten a lot. Like if you go to a Mediterranean place, they usually have like a chili pepper garlic sauce that you put with
Right?
it.
Yep. Yeah.
Otherwise, I can't
I
eat it, but I love it.
I made my own, oddly enough, inside because when they figured out that they could save a bunch of money by grinding beans instead of buying hummus, so we would make like industrial vats of it, and nobody, right? But nobody would touch it. Convicts don't eat hummus, so I could take home basically a 50-gallon drum, and yeah, I ate a lot of it. But I've told people before,
Me too,
um,
Katie.
I I used to go through one entire bottle, like the large ones, the ones that are like this tall and about that fat around, of sriracha a week, every single week.
Holy crap. I've
Without
got a
fail.
big bottle in my fridge and I use it with my hummus. Now, what do you eat your hummus with? Do you do pita?
Yes. Well, I do like taking pita, but I don't like. I mean, I like toasting it first. It's got to be a little bit stiff because I don't like dunking.
Really?
I
See, I
toast the
like it. I
pita.
don't no. Okay. I can do either one. Um, I also have been buying these, I think they're called, guys, I get them at Whole Foods, Mary's Gone crackers. I think that's what they
Oh
are.
yeah, yeah,
They're just like a seed cracker, and that's
yeah.
pretty
They're
good too.
lighter than air.
Okay. But I don't love hummus. Honestly, I'll do it, but I don't like it like with a carrot. Now, I will, you know what I do like to do, Tommy? I like
What's
to
that?
slice a cucumber, plop a bunch of hummus on it, and then sriracha it up, and then do one big thing of feta cheese.
Oh, I love that. That sounds fantastic.
Yes, you do. Yes, you do.
Yeah, that sounds absolutely fantastic. And please do quote me on that. Convicts won't eat hummus. Is this a
Crims
cooking
don't eat
show
them.
now? No. That other guy's got a cooking show. We'll get off cooking. I promise.
Oh yeah,
We're
we don't want to
actually
be competition for him, do we? I
no, we
didn't think
don't.
about that.
It's
Yeah.
that's unkind.
Hey
No, here's the
Michelle.
deal. No, I don't even know how we got off on that. We were what we were going to discuss today was friendship, honestly,
Yeah.
because it brings up some interesting conversations. Some of you, for instance, you'll notice I'm not in the same room that I normally film in, right? Which means that by tomorrow there'll be people saying that I'm actually in your attic, right?
I'm gonna go turn this
Lovely.
fan off. I'm listening.
Yeah, I'm still talking. Go ahead. Giggity, giggity. So as I was saying, yeah. So as I was saying,
we are doing memberships. Yes, Jules, we're on it.
Yep. So we actually normally, if I film in a different room, there will be a rumor that I'm in your attic or we're in the same place. They seem to get a kick out of that. I'm trying out a new room, but the question comes up: can a guy and a girl be friends in 2024? Do people allow that to happen? Right? I mean, can people believe that can happen? Is it possible? What do you think, Quill? Oh, I love brie. Sorry.
Oh, you do? See, I hate it.
Yeah. You don't like
Can't do.
brie?
Nope. Don't do a lot of soft
Wow,
cheeses.
didn't see
Now
that
there's a
coming.
restaurant in Kansas City that does an appetizer I liked. It's a little bit of brie with honey, blueberries, and like almond slices. Okay, fine. No, I don't do brie.
Tommy's in the cupboard under the stairs. Sorry.
Who is this person? Get rid of him, mods. Yeah, get him out of here. I don't like it. Mods, and I mean that in the kindest way. I wasn't trying to boss you around. Sorry.
No.
I do think it's possible. I'm not the best person. Yeah, Katie, you saw that. Katie, the Python, and I'm not a Python person, Katie, but I did a little Python mule today even, and I thought of you because we don't usually do snake, Katie, but that new kimono rocks my socks. Sorry. It's hard for me to thank you, Third Eye Open. Thank you, Kathy. Sorry, Gert.
Yeah, I think brie is yummy too.
Okay, Keela, we'll do that for sure, babe. I think a man and a woman can be friends. Here's my problem in answering this question. I am just now having friends for the first time, so it's tough. But yeah, I think for sure. I love, love, love our relationship. Now, what makes it special, Tommy? What makes us click? They have.
We talk better.
Yeah.
Than other people. We communicate. We set out. We came up with some rules for friendship, which I don't think too many people do. Right? We don't say things to try to hurt one another. And believe it or not, that's just something that you can't take for granted because we do it almost without thought, right? To people all of the time. So sometimes you do it and you do it by accident. right? Truthfully. But we make a pretty serious effort not to do that.
Yeah, but Shelly, we've come close a couple of times, and we don't
We
talk
have.
about that much because it bums Tommy out. But to be honest, we are talking about this, and we have come very close to breaking up a couple of times. What are you trying to click on?
No, I'm not. I'm just trying to read.
Oh, okay, okay. I just wanted to get it for you if you needed it.
No, no. Yeah, I think that, and each time, I think to the credit of our friendship, each time it has made
Strengthened.
us better. Yeah, it's made us better at communicating in general. Because I think it really bummed out the both of us. I think it really sucked, and you know what? It's I agree with you, Avina Sativa. I certainly have never. It's rare. Um, it's super rare, but I do think it's possible, right? I think it is possible, and I think that when it happens, uh, I think it's an amazing thing because there are perspectives. That's all right, Castro. I think that there are perspectives that I can't get from another guy, right? That Reese can bring to the table that sometimes are, cause really epiphanies and things that should have been really basic, maybe. But if all of the ideas that you get and all of the and when you bounce ideas off of people or you work through things, you do it with the masculine every single time. I think you're probably selling yourself short. And contrarily wise, I think if a woman does it just on the feminine, I think she's selling herself short. I think that there really is something to.
Katie, I love you.
What did she say?
Oh, it's an inside thing. She's talking about fashion. We text
Oh,
about fashion all day long. She's hilarious. I just love her so much. No, Tommy, I was listening to you. Yeah, Unindoctrinated said, I remember that. Yeah. It bummed me out. That live with Reese was tough. I saw the hurt. That you're referring to when Tommy and I almost broke up. Yeah. No, it's a tough thing and it's tough to balance. And
oh
we
no,
have
but
come
no. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
We've come to a yeah, Shelly, of course it is. And it's like what he just said, it's stronger than it's ever been. So now, like we've climbed even higher, Tommy. If we were to break up now, I think our hearts would be absolutely broken. Like I don't think we can because it would be so sad for both of us. Do you agree?
Yes, but we don't. I think that we've gotten to the point where you know what? If you value a friendship, you will find yourself jamming the e-brake on in the middle of a sentence. For real. You'll start realizing that, you know what? Or you'll realize that you're getting riled up at something that has nothing to do with your friend. And you get better at being able to say things like, you know what, I'm gonna go vent or I'm gonna go do whatever I do, but I don't want it to splatter up on you or whatever. I'd like to make sure that I'm not you know it's
Yeah.
uh it's evidence.
Renee
uh,
Rainbow, though, I like that. One of your best lives was when Reese put up a wall and you both worked through it in front of us all. Kudos to Tommy for initiating that. I remember that. It was after the live where I said, this just isn't going to work. Remember that?
yes, I do.
I think you felt
Yes,
a
I
little
do.
sad that day.
I
Uh,
did.
yeah, you guys make each other better, and you both know that. You're also extremely considerate of each other's feelings. Everybody's going to fight. Everybody's going to have issues, but you guys work it out. Absolutely, Debbie. Yeah, yeah.
It's here's the funny thing. When you ask people this question, and I've been asking people this question for at least 2 weeks, right? Because of the related book primarily. People are find watching this kind of a friendship entertaining and fascinating, right? Because there's not a lot of this out there. There really isn't. And I started to ask myself why. But within those first 2 weeks, the number of people that really struggled to believe that two people, can't be friends, right? That obviously we're doing it under the bleachers. Although I am in a different room. Keep that in mind.
I like this, Lori E. Tommy understands your background in Scientology. Reese is understanding to read his signs. That is what friendship is. Yeah.
And you
I
know
said,
what? And my background's ugly, and Reese has been incredibly kind about my background.
I said this yesterday in my live on my channel. Tommy, you weren't there. And I meant this. I feel guilty. I went on and on about you. I feel guilty that I feel like it's unbalanced. You bring way more into my life and improved, have helped and continue to understand me better than I do. And I feel like I don't reciprocate. I don't return the favor for you at all. Like I don't bring a lot to the table back. You have to explain things to me about me. How much help am I going to be toward you? I feel like it's one way. I feel bad about it. I still do.
It's silly as hell. You know that, right? It
I
really
don't
is.
know.
Oh, and I can explain to you. I can explain to you why. I think that because you are freshly out of a very very rough situation, and I'm twice as far out of my bad situation as you are. Right? Literally, I'm two and a half times, maybe 2.25 times as far out from prison as you are from this cult. But when I went into prison, I was my personality and everything else was pretty strongly developed. As we've talked about in the past, your childhood, you were in the cult during the parts where you develop. For whatever reason, it has created in you somebody that doesn't understand boundaries, and I mean this in the best sense of the word, right? Not in the worst sense of the word. Now I know that your therapist talked to you about this and said, sometimes you go right by boundaries, and it's something that you're thinking about. And when he told you this, you ran to the world to tell them, right? Like 15 minutes after you heard that in counseling, you were telling people how you thought you were screwing up. That's pretty rare, number one. But number two, um, something about your how you are with boundaries forces conversations sometimes to go in places that really create healing, and maybe you don't see it. Maybe you don't see it, but you've pulled out things in me that I don't talk about, and things that I really struggle with. That I've been very open and honest when talking with you, and um, maybe it's because you don't do the boundary thing the way other people do it, or maybe it's because I just have. I'm also to an age where I don't give a crap anymore, right? Like you do lose your give a shit at some point, but as a guy, you spend a lot of your life pretending to be cooler than you are, right? I mean, you really do. You sort of you grow up watching movies, and you want to be uh, John McClane, right, or Dirty Harry or whatever. And you kind of put up this image, and then maybe you get to a point where you find someone where you're so freaking comfortable to not be anything other than who you are, and that's maybe I don't say that often enough, right? But it's a pretty good balance. Yeah.
Okay.
No face. That's interesting, isn't it?
I
The
like
universe
what
doesn't
Jessica
make
Colley said
mistakes.
too.
It makes reasons. Uh,
She said that
yeah,
you accept Tommy for who he is. That's rare. And I also agree with I love that, Rain. You make Tommy slow down and take care of himself. I try. I really try. I treat you like I treated Fred. I want to keep you as long as I possibly can. I want to make
there's
your life
also,
longer by keeping you healthy and well.
I love that. Truthfully, it means the world to me. But there really is a lot to be said for just being able to feel comfortable in your own skin. And why that happens with some people and not the other, I think if we could figure that out, we could probably write a self-help book and become billionaires, right?
That'd be cool.
But go ahead.
I still want to get that Range Rover. You make Tommy laugh and you try to make him take time for himself, look after himself better. And I love this, Layla, our Irish friend. I think you have both served time in your own prisons and you can see each other's scars and try to be kind and heal each other. That's a great perspective. And I love that. I love that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I do.
I agree with that. I just don't feel like I go to the depths that he does. Like yesterday, you just like took you I feel I said this. I feel like you're in my head more than I am. You know me better than I do at this point. Like Tommy was able to say yesterday, I think because of this and Reese's background and her dad, and then you mix it with this recipe, that's not a good thing for her. And that's why I feel this way. He's able to break things down really well. I can't do that for you. I just can't. I'm
Well,
not as good at it.
I've spent the last 13 years of my
Aw.
life doing
That's
that,
sweet, no
right?
face.
I literally have spent the last 13 years of my life doing just that. But you know, people said that you've accepted that everybody will say that. You never meet anybody that says to you, I'm going to judge you because of your past. You don't meet anybody that says, I kind of think you're a piece of crap because you've been to prison, you're a bank robber, you're a drug addict. Nobody says that. Like it would be refreshing if somebody does, but it's a look, it's a feeling, and it's something that you can't describe. And there's none of it from you. There really isn't. And I thought it was fascinating because it's not like we've gotten to spend tons of time together in person, but the show I did where I mentioned my arms. I don't care how long you're with me. I don't care if you're with me 20 seconds. You notice my arms. You didn't, right? Nothing. There was never
No, I
like
didn't.
nothing. I had to get in the camera and get up on it and sort of
You had to
point
tell
it
me
out.
about it, and I
I
still
did.
didn't know. I said, "I don't even know what that is." I didn't know what it was. I said, "I thought it looked like you were a welder in prison or something, like in shop."
Right.
I don't know. I didn't know.
But it's there's something really refreshing to people that don't judge you, right? There really is.
Linsanity, don't be sad, girl. I'm sorry to hear that. I love your new picture. You look so cute.
Yeah.
I love
I was
that
hoping
too,
for the
Jessica
commentary.
Holly.
When you can show each other your worst characteristics. Um, yeah,
Mhm.
I mean, there you go. I think that's a pretty good way to put it.
Aw. Tommy sees you differently than you see yourself. If you could see yourself through his eyes, you would understand that he needs you as much as you need him. That is so sweet. You guys are so I love you guys. You always give the best perspective.
Lori, that's a pretty cool comment. And I've said this before to Quibble. In fact, I said to, and I don't think I've ever said it on the air, but I said to Reese in private before that her gift to me is that the world looks at me through her eyes, and it has dramatically changed a lot for me. From the very first time that I came on your show. You know, that's it's another lovely thing about having a if you have a really
How
good friend,
yeah.
people tend to see you through that friend's eyes, and that's pretty heavy. It really is pretty heavy.
I love that. That's true. And you're right, Tommy, and she's right. Let us find who Reese let us find out who Tommy is away from what everyone else assumed. And God, I'm so thankful for that because I don't know if I've ever said this on a live before, but I was going absolutely insane and I still do. It's just me being protective of him. He doesn't care. So I've kind of dropped it and let it go. Thank you, Joelle. But I cannot stand when I feel like sometimes Tommy is just used to go on other channels. And guys, this is my opinion. It's probably not the truth, but it's me being protective of him. Some people I think see him, they're like, let's see. We need a real dark criminal. Let's call Tommy Scoville. We'll interview him about his worst things he saw in prison. It's like, do you not see past that? He's a man with a huge heart and offers way different perspective to the world than just prison. Like he did his time. That's done. Like I don't like it's similar though. I feel like that's why I can't talk about Scientology all day. You want to go dark? You want to go to talk about the darkest things I saw and the abuses? Yeah, I can do it. That's not who I am though. It's not really what I want to talk about all the time. And I don't want to be remembered for that. I don't want someone to go, let's see who was essayed as a kid. Let's call Reese. Let's call Reese. We'll get her to talk about it. I don't if that's all you think of me, that's a problem. And I don't like that for Tommy. I don't like that people think like, let's get a dark, hardened criminal. Tommy Scoville, yeah. And I'm sure that's not what's going on. But I just love talking to Tommy, and I have never remembered that he was a criminal in the first place. He has to remind me. Do you guys see a criminal when you talk to Tommy? When you look at Tommy, do you get the creeps? Do you think criminal? Do you think bank robber? Do you think prison? I don't. I never have. I never see that for him. It happened. It's over. He did his time. It's done. I don't, it's not an existing thing.
It is not an existing thing, to be sure.
Like, I see the sweetest sweetheart ever. Like, I just want to like grab his face. I love Tommy. So I'm serious. You're so soft and kind and loving, and you never put yourself first. And you always help people to the point where it stressed out your mental well-being. Nobody looks at you and thinks criminal. Nobody thinks convict.
There you go,
Nobody.
Brianna. Smooth. I told you that story.
I get worked up about it, guys. I'm sorry. I get worked up about it.
You want to laugh?
That. I don't want him being used for that.
We need a laugh. This is a good one. But there was a guy in prison that decided after 20 years.
Thank you, Kate.
2 or 3 weeks before getting out, didn't get a tattoo the entire time he was in prison. And 2 weeks before getting ready to leave, decided to get in reverse shading, right? Which is the huge criminal across his forehead, right? And he's bald. So it's like this big cover. They started backwards, right? And when they got to the C, like that they had run out of time, and the guy got his tattoo gun was found before they could finish the C. So he was trying to find a tattoo artist to film him, but he was walking around the yard with Riminal on his forehead. And being the really uncool person I am, I was trying to pay off all of the tattoo artists. I was like, look, if he offers you 25, I'll give you 50. I want this dude leaving with Riminal on his forehead. Like I really wanted that.
Scoville.
I know. It was not during
This is my favorite. Times. Sandra, I used to see that until I came to know you, Reese, and see Tommy through your eyes. I love that, her Sandra.
Gift to me for the world. Did I not?
Thank you, Sandra.
A long time ago.
Sandra, thank you though for being honest about that. I think that's the truth. I've gotten a lot of private messages from people that say, "Oh my God, that's not what I thought," and now I think totally differently of him. And I'm so glad. It's not. It's also a gift for me, Tommy, because I would not be able to die without knowing that we got that sorted out. That's not who you are. It makes me crazy. But you know what? I don't really think about it anymore because these are our people and they don't think that either. So we're in good company. Nobody thinks that.
And you know what? And I should say this. I really should. The
me
people
too,
at Surviving the Survivor, Joel and his family, the people over at Surviving the Survivor, that's a great group of people. They've been very, very kind and very respectful.
And Lumen, you're right. No. You're right. That is one that I exclude from what I'm talking about. Joel and Tommy are actually very good friends, and they have been for a long time. So that doesn't count. Yeah, and his channel's awesome. That dude doesn't count for me. I'm talking about people who don't know Tommy, and they kind of like hear through the great, like or people just who know him on the surface, and they're like, let's do an interview with a criminal. Like I feel like it's using him. It's not. Joel is different because they're actual friends and they can talk about whatever they want to talk about. They can go wherever they want to go with it. But that is just not who he is. And I get very weird and protective about it. I don't like that. I was a drug addict too. Does that define me? I mean, no, not at all. It's stupid. Look at all the good things Tommy has done compared to this little part of his life where he made mistakes. Holy shit. We've all done that. Let it go. It's not who he is. Caroline in Canada. He is handsome as ever. Yeah, you can use her. She's got a website. Hey, Kathy Ann, can you put up Amina Hood again for me for Caroline in Canada? So she can go look at her. Yeah, guys, I'm loving all these comments of what you think of Tommy. That really warms me up.
Thank you.
Katie Fulton, I love that. I get real weird about it. Do not come over here and try to think otherwise of him because it's just not who he is.
All right. And thanks to the mods. I got a great group of
I love our mods.
For real.
We are lucky to have them.
Do you know how much fun it is to look and see what you pull out for for shorts? I get such a kick out
She's
of
amazing
watching
at
Anna
that.
Nicole. Yeah, watching you
Anita's a
laugh.
good one. You knocked me over to a very tall fence about Tommy. Yeah, remember she's the one who finally came over to the pasture?
Yes, yes, grazing.
Yep. That's right. That's right. Hey, Wendy Brewer. And yes, Lori, he is intelligent as heck. He is
Thank you,
way
Witchy
intelligent.
Trista. That's very kind.
Purple Groovy, I did meth for 2 years. Not very long.
I tend to
Aww.
disagree. That's a long time actually. But
Well, it was long enough to get 7 root canals in my head. I adore Tommy and I adore Reese so much. They're both so valuable to me in my mental health right now. Nico, I love that. Thank you for telling us that. Yeah, Witchy Trista has always got nice things to say. First time I saw Tommy was on Aaron's channel, and even then I had a hard time imagining Tommy as a criminal. His heart just shines through all the time. 100%. And anybody who thinks otherwise, get the F out of here and don't come back. And I'm not talking about on this channel. I'm talking about in life. I don't want to meet anybody otherwise. Like, I never want to meet someone who's like, isn't that the dude though? Like, are you sure? Because he had a past. No, I don't ever want to talk to anyone who says that. He
you. I
has
appreciate
completely
that.
redeemed himself, and it's just I don't even think
Just
about
when
it.
I
I
think.
don't even You completely redeem yourself.
You couldn't do anything more stupid. You go and do something like this. Totally redeem yourself. Thank you, Scottsdale Nancy.
Miss Holly here. I love watching you both together. You make me happy, and you both are so funny. You definitely compliment each other so much. Love to you both. Thank you. Wow,
Yeah,
I wonder if you're
thing to
new. I
say.
don't recognize you. Thank you for your super chat, my friend.
Yeah, what a very cool thing to say. I love that. I really
I
do.
love this too. Well, we love Kristen Melinda. You are really, really, oh, really? 3 reallys. Good friend, Reese. I'm weird in that I tend not to trust women, but watching you helps undo that some. Wow. You are clearly a good and loyal friend. Okay, well, first of all, the second sentence there is huge. That means a lot to me, Kristen Melinda. Thank you for saying that. That's huge. Thank you. Very kind of you, my friend.
Yeah. And you know what? It's the perfect name of the you were absolutely relatable. It's and I should say this. No, by full disclosure, people, I open myself up pretty big time with what I do for work, right? I mean, I do now. I have, and this is a testament to my friendship with Reese. I turn down a lot of gigs now, right? Where people say, we need would you like to come on and comment about this? If I don't feel like I can bring something to the conversation that has to do with rebirth, so to speak, then I don't do it because I do prefer the message of rebirth, and I think that that especially the message of connection and where we're at in the world. I think that we need this more than ever. And
yes, that's a good point too, Tommy. Yeah, some people I feel like just want you on so they can talk. Like, okay, so tell us about when you were a crim. No, we're not doing that. We're not doing that. And if I have to be your agent, that's what happens.
You know, in fact, something though, you really did that. You honestly did that.
I didn't even know that. You've turned stuff down.
Yeah. Well, this is what happened, and I'm not busting on the person, so don't make it like that. But I did a video with somebody, and it was a good long interview, and it was fair. They didn't edit things out or anything like that. But the thumbnail was pretty horrific, right? It called me a master criminal or a master thief or something like that, and it was that one felt like I got kicked. You know what I mean? Because it didn't match the interview. Like, it was complete clickbait. It did not in any way match the interview, and that was a bummer for me. Yeah, well, you commented on the fact that you didn't like that, and then we had a conversation about it. And you're like, I wouldn't let people, and I did. She put her foot down. Yeah, it's funny as hell, Meredith. She did. She definitely,
I don't like that.
Sort of put her foot down.
I don't like it. I don't like it at all. But I do like Lori's comment. The fact he's only a couple years out and he's who he always was, and that he is enough. And Reese knew that in a few seconds. I did. I don't know if you guys know, but I kind of liked him right away. Take that however you want to take it.
Yes.
I love Joe Virus. Reese, I feel like you're the little sister I know. Are you older than me?
Oh my
I didn't
God.
know that.
What's wrong, Quill?
Oh my God. And I like watching you grow from your rebirth post Scientology. I like being part of a crew, and that helps guide you, show you things on the outside. Joe, I love you and Rain. You know this. Thank you for saying that, Joe.
And you know
Joe,
something?
you are new. Okay, I thought so. You look a lot like Angelica Houston, and it's hot.
Yes,
We
I
share
thought
the
that
same
actually.
birthday.
Yeah.
We share the same birthday. I love her.
You and Angelica Houston?
Yep.
I did
July
not know
8th.
that.
Yeah.
I did not know that. Uh-oh.
She's a babe.
Trinity's
Loved
here.
her
Do you
in
know
Tenenbaum.
something? Do you know whose voice Gertie's is?
Judy, that's really kind.
Elizabeth
Gertie's?
Holmes.
No. Who's that?
She was she sort of ran a cult almost. It was, but more of a scam than a cult.
Frank.
She's on her way to prison. What's that?
Sorry, I was saying hi to Rhonda Frank.
If you were to put on a black
Oh
turtleneck
no,
and then do
not that
voice,
lady again.
yes,
No, she has Graves' disease.
She has what disease?
She's got those giant eyeballs like Paul Giamatti. I don't have those. Quit it. Robert John.
I'm talking about the voice. I'm talking about the voice, Anna Nicole, not anything else. When you do your Gertie voice, you sound like her. That's
when I do my Gertie voice. I just watched the celebration of Fred. It made my day. Grateful to Fred for bringing you all into our lives. That is so sweet, Robert John. Thank you for saying that, my friend. Sorry, Tommy. I'm catching up. I was behind.
I know. Yeah, no, that's okay.
Sassy Savage. It's really sweet, girl. Thank you. Yes. I love that, Nick Mack. Tommy should be very proud of how he is turned his life around, and you should too, Reese. Never go back, go forward. Love you both. That's really sweet. Thank you. See, Reese, you do stuff for Tommy. You didn't even know.
See,
I guess so.
Yeah. That is the greatest gift. And I tried to explain this to her once before, but it could literally be the greatest gift of my lifetime. What? When I came out of prison and I started the lifeboat, the lifeboat had an audience that was about 96% male. And it was a great audience. It was a great audience. It was great. It really was. But you're just not going to attract, even if they need help, you're not going to attract a female audience because there's something scary about the crummy convict. Until
or sexy, but go on.
Well, until people start seeing you through other people's eyes. And now we have an audience that is 90% women, right? And it has a lot to do with the fact that we communicate, right? This is all we do, it's all we talk about is communication. But no one would have ever seen that or listened to that or heard that if you didn't sort of rehab the initial image of what people saw when they see me, right?
Yeah, didn't you tell me that after you and I started doing shows, your show became more female demographic?
It went from nothing to the lifeboat's like 88%, and over here it's like 96%. But
you're telling me nothing. I brought all those ladies over to your channel? Are you serious?
You did. It's absolutely a fact.
Wow, girls. Wow. Good job, girls. Good job. That's incredible. And Keela's one of them. Here you go. Tommy, you won me over by the way you treat my friend. Then I saw how much you changed this world for the better. Keela, you're the best.
Oh, it's such a beautiful thing to say.
I know I love Keela. Both you and Reese improve lives every day. And for that, I love you. Reese, you already know. Keela's the best. That's a testament right there. She's a female and there you go. Keela, thank you for your super chat, babe.
Well, and it's a fact that people started to see me through your eyes, and that's I remember, and the beautiful thing is that Anna Nicole, we had this conversation, did we not?
Like we have before, yeah. It's been a while,
a month
but
ago, yeah, like a month and a half ago. I said this is the ultimate gift. This is, and I don't mean the numbers or any of that stuff. I mean that
I know what you mean.
You can't know what it's like, right? To go from something where you're feared, right, to something where you're respected.
Or judged, harshly judged.
You know what? I prefer judged to feared. Right?
And I don't even know if judged or feared is the right word. I think like you're not trusted. People don't trust you because of your behavior, your background, the behavior of your background.
Yeah, it's fear.
And
Right?
you're
That's why they
right.
don't trust you. It always comes back
Mhm.
to fear, and you can see it, you can smell it, and it's palpable, and it's not here. And yeah, that changed
I
dramatically.
love
The
that.
the
Guys, I want to
yeah.
say thank you for that. Right now, I want to say thank you to all of you for that. It
Well, I
means the
think you
world to
should
me that
probably
you
take a
don't.
bow too.
Well,
Right?
it means the world to me that you don't do that to Tommy because it's not going to ever fly here. But I mean, you guys really accept and love him. You do the same for me. And that's what this is all about. The connection. You can't put a price tag on it. It's just means the world. It's a huge gift. Not am I. You two are so loving and beautiful. You both, together and separate, you help me heal. Love that. And I'm pretty messed up, aren't we all, girl? Or guy. You could be a guy. I don't know. But I got the vibe that you're a girl. And you compliment with the emojis. I feel like you're feminine with the No? Do you get that
Here's the
vibe?
thing: on the related boat, if you're gonna screw up, go that route. You're a lot safer, right? It's
Oh,
a
well, I
it's a much
mean,
better
how would I
chance.
know? They can just correct me. I'm not, I don't,
No,
wasn't
but
being
you're always. I
offensive.
mean, you're gonna hit it. If you swing a cat, right, you're gonna hit a woman, not a guy. No one
Thank
would
you
swing a
for
cat.
your super chat, my friend. Um, Tommy, did you ever finish that song?
Uh, I'm close. I'm close. I was trying to get her over there to. Could you fix the pillow on that chair, please? No, I'm just kidding.
You'll get it. I'll get it. I don't think it's healthy or enjoyable for either of you to spend your days on YouTube reliving your darkest days or opening old wounds. We all change and grow. None of us are who we were 10 years ago. Layla, our Irish friend,
You
you're
weren't even who you
absolutely
were
right.
4 days ago. We thought you were an American.
We thought you lived in Wisconsin, just eating cheese, girl. We had no idea. That is so true though. It's so true. And it's important to accept that and not judge that because whether you've got felonies or you did time or you were in a cult or you've done no time like me, I've only had a speeding ticket. It doesn't matter. You guys have all done shit. Don't try to say you haven't. I know you're not trying to say that, but
Katie, I
everybody
love
has
you.
something.
Yeah,
Who doesn't love Katie?
true. It's
Ev, I don't know why. I think meth kills teeth like that because meth is one of the only drugs that's man-made. It's
I
bleach,
I
battery
can
acid, it's total chemicals.
I can tell you exactly why if you want me to. So all drugs are going to come down on one scale. They're either going to be acidic, right, or they're going to be alkaline, one or the other. That
Love you,
drug
Kathy.
happens to be neither, right? That drug on the litmus paper or whatever the scale is, I think is at a 7 or whatever. It is right in the middle. Okay, it screws up really horrifically your pH in the body, more for women than men, but for both. And your body to process out that garbage requires calcium that like we don't have enough of in our body. So if you happen to abuse that drug, and you shouldn't, by the way, but if you happen to abuse that drug, you should be taking unbelievable amounts of calcium supplements because if you don't, it's going to go for wherever you have the easiest stores of calcium. It also dries your mouth out, and people tend to stay up for 5 or 6 days in a row. And usually, when it gets dark out and we get ready for bed, we think about brushing our teeth, right? If you
Love
stay
you,
up for four
Sassy.
days, if you stay up for 4 days, you don't do a lot of brushing, but those are the things. Yes, there you go.
I don't doubt that at all. I
That
think
is too funny.
Tommy's got skills, guys. Have you fell in love with him before you found me? That's okay. I wasn't around yet. Have to be fair. I wasn't around. I was still in a cult, girl. Um,
Shelly, yes, it does. It cripples. It eats your bones. It goes anywhere, especially anywhere where it can get calcium. It's going to go. So teeth, bones. It's ugly. It's ugly stuff. Hey, Blake.
Shelly Kelly, hopefully tomorrow. We had issues. We were a little late getting on here because of it. We're gonna get it probably up and running tomorrow. We gotta cram this in because it's gonna be a short week for us. I'm going on Friday to Phoenix. So uh
I can't wait for that. By the way,
Geoplanet, Jane, me too. Oh my god, I'm so excited. I'm so excited. I'm really truly excited to see you, by the way. I haven't seen you in a long time. When was that? February in Clearwater?
yeah, like the
It doesn't
12th or
seem
the
that long ago
14th or
now that
something
I
like that.
say it. That was
That
only
was a
like
long
2
time
months
ago.
ago. It wasn't
Is it
that
really
long
only two
ago.
months ago?
Yeah, it seems like a long time though. It seems like a lot longer.
See that? That's because we're friends and we want to kick it. No, it's probably because we talked about it so many times that didn't do anything.
The greatest thing about your new I love Blakey, about your new channel is that it helps everyone escape the BS or it helps us confront it. It's another place for everyone to be themselves. Love you guys. Blake, we love you so much.
Yep, no question. No question.
Yeah, I love that Anna Banana. Yeah, thank you, Sierra Terry.
Love that.
Aw, me too. Although I don't really think of Tommy as a brother.
I saw with the eyebrows going up and down.
Yeah,
Yeah, see
this
that? I
is
was
not
reading
the
the
same
comment, but I knew what
thing.
they were doing.
It's not the same
Sorry.
thing for me.
Lisa
Um,
Trimble. Love Lisa Trimble.
thank you, Wendy. Thank you, Wendy Brewer. Love you, Cinderella's glass slipper. Sorry, guys, I'm a little behind, but I'm really taking in all your sweet, kind comments. I mean, you guys are you always bring it, and it's really, really nice.
Yeah, no
Reese
doubt.
didn't know I lived in Northern, and yeah, it's true, Alex. Even though I mentioned it dozens of times, she kept missing it. That's true, but I know that now. And Alex, if we come to Ireland, we're going to stay with you and Layla, if you don't mind. Hope you guys have room. Yeah, Blake, so true.
You know what? There are so many days. There's nobody. I hope you understand this. That everybody on planet Earth feels like that, and I say that because as a recovering addict, I honestly got to a point like where I didn't realize that I wasn't the only person on Earth that felt that way. But I felt so uncomfortable in my own skin that instead of doing this, instead of admitting that, I suffered in silence. And when you suffer in silence, you crawl into a shot glass or you crawl into a can or a bottle or a syringe or whatever. But it's so fantastic that people now can get together and say, hey, I'm having a really bad time. Um, you know,
And Chitty
it's a
Chitty,
big
that's
deal.
really kind. Thank you. Learn how to understand the addicts in my life. That's amazing. Wait a minute. I got a question. Shelly, are you going to be in Arizona? I didn't know that. I would love to
Yeah,
see
I did
Shelly.
not. I did not know that that
Please
we were seeing.
clarify. Oh, I love Lisa Trumbull. I heard Tommy's story and never thought about it again. He's helped personally. He's a good, loving, caring, kind person. I love you, Tommy. Reese, too. Thank you, Lisa. We know that, girl. You're the best.
Lisa, you're awesome. You really are. And Lisa's another person whose growth is incredible.
I
True
like
story.
this. Do you guys feel like you've always known each other? You know,
I want to hear this answer, Cole.
the answer is no. I don't because of where I came from. Tommy wouldn't
Yeah.
have fit into my past. He wouldn't have fit in.
Yep.
Now, do I wish that he had been there because I think he would have gotten me the hell out of every bad situation I've ever been in? Yeah, I wish I would have known him. I wish that I'm confident that Tommy would have helped me had I met him earlier. But no, I don't because he doesn't. I can't picture him anywhere in my life because my life was awful. He wouldn't have fit in to the narrative there. No.
So here's I will say the exact same thing. No, I do not feel like I've known her forever. I feel like where have you been? I wish I had known you, forever. I really do. But I can tell you this. I know exactly what you're describing because I have felt that feeling before. And I think I'm really glad that I don't feel that this time. Right. There was something so unique about this. Um, I've felt that 3 or 4 times in my life. You know what I mean? I really have. Where you meet somebody and you're just like, man, I feel like I've known this person my entire life. It's just like everything. No, we're working pretty hard to learn each other's little
Yeah.
nuances, and I think we're having a pretty
Yeah.
good time doing it.
We are, but yeah, that's true too, Tommy. Is it's not supernatural. Like we've screwed up a few times learning each other.
In a couple of
So
weeks.
no, it definitely didn't all fall into place for us guys. So no, we've hit some bumps and that's okay. I honestly, it's actually the work we've put into it has made us even closer, I think. Had it just been that easy, it probably we might have taken it for granted a little bit, but I think we
Yeah.
don't because of going, oh my god, I did not mean to, whoops, I'm so sorry. Let me backpedal here and fix that. And so I think the work we've put into it actually has made that more smooth. I love that. Dan O'Connor would have a flatter face if Tommy was around.
There's a lot of truth to that.
He would look like a Persian cat.
Yeah. Or his larynx would certainly look different.
I have no doubt that Tommy would have done something about that.
Yeah. And I am at I am at an all-time low. This is I weigh less than, but I'm on the uptick right now. I am putting weight on. You'll be happy to know. But this is as light as I've ever been.
I don't like that.
I'm just putting muscle on now. I'm pretty happy with where I'm going. Okay, I'll show you. Nicole. You'll be down here.
Yeah.
What do we got?
Jeannie, thank you.
5 days?
Yep.
5 days.
Yeah, Shelly, I agree. The bumps is what made it more interesting. But truthfully, I do like DS Kitty. I liked your question because no, definitely no. I did not meet Tommy and go, wow, I feel like I've been around with him forever. No, he would not have fit. But I think now, wow, I'm so glad he's in my life. I'm so glad, I hope I hope we don't break up again.
I think it would have been really weird. I think it would have been really, really weird if you had answered that. Yes. Like it would have tripped me out.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't feel that way at all about you. No. It just wouldn't have fit. You're too everything I need. You couldn't have been everything I need then. It wouldn't have fit.
No, that actually makes a lot of yeah. Here's the Aaron Blake. Good point, right? It's amazing how a community can bring a bunch of people. It's when you rally around one thing. I was talking about this morning. When there's one thing that everybody can agree on, then you will find people that agree on almost nothing else. But that one thing will bring us all together and hold us together while we learn more about different cultures and different things. I mean, right? You guys are definitely getting to know, right, a side of culture that the fact that all of you are as kind to me as you are says wonders, truthfully, about this, right?
Yeah.
Honestly.
Agreed.
And I don't know. I guarantee you that if some of you were really honest, even just with yourself, you would say, yeah, I probably, don't give most convicts the chance, right? And I don't blame you, by the way. If you were my daughter, I would tell you not to. I would say give them 1.5 years out of prison before you start hanging out with them, because if they're going to crash and burn, they're going to crash and burn in the first 1.5 years. For real. That's what I would tell people, right? But the fact that we're all getting a chance to see things that this is the best of what the internet was supposed to do. We're living in really cool times. There's a lot of crap that's going on, but there's a lot of really cool stuff going on too, right? Friends all over the world.
Totally.
Yeah, I think this is
and a lot of it has to do with Aaron. We are very thankful to him for that. Joanne Rice, yes, we're working on the memberships. It just takes a couple of days to get that all approved, and we have to come up with tiers. As a matter of fact, kind of wanted to get your guys' opinion on that. Cherry Cola, your brother-in-law Terry is watching. He feels he's a 3-legged unicorn. Please say hi. Hello to Terry, brother-in-law Terry. Shout out.
A 3-legged unicorn. It's not something you run into every
different.
day.
It's unusual.
Congratulations.
It's unusual.
And welcome. That's awesome. It really is.
Sharon, I can't always star the comments instead of constantly interrupting Tommy. He's used to it. We're so sorry, though, Sharon, for that. I will certainly try. I really try not to interrupt him, but sometimes it happens. Guys, what do you think about memberships? As everybody knows, I just want to clarify here. All the money that we make on this channel, we decided that we're going to use to do the Relate a Boat tour. We want to go, even if we can afford to do it every other month. It would be great to go to a different city and meet you guys and meet up and chat with you, hug you, cry with you, all those things. Who is interested in doing that? I mean, I don't need to ask that question because whoever wants to do it's going to do it. And there's no pressure to do it at all. But I think we're going to go start low. And I think we're going to go up higher than my channel. I don't know how high the boat goes. The lifeboat, but I think we'll go all the way up to $100 a month. Mark Hardman, I know you're in. I love that Renee Rainbow.
I like Katie Fulton's comment. That's a good one.
My first comment, you Reese, before you ever had your first live with Tommy was Tommy. He's an attractive man. I had seen footage from one of the LA protests and thought he's my brother. Glad I did. Oh, wow. See, I never knew who Tommy was before I met him. There was 2 weeks that right before I met Tommy, 2 weeks prior, someone said, you should do something with this Tommy dude, and I thought he had a channel of like a million people, the way people were talking about him. And I remember calling Aaron and I said, "Who is this dude? Like people are saying I should do something." And he was like, "Oh yeah, you should." He said he's a great guy. He's great. And then we talked to each other, I think. Finally, did you reach out to me?
I did. But he
Cute.
said the same thing to me. He's like, you know what? He goes, Reese, the way the two of you talk, I mean, he saw this, I think, probably slightly before we did. I think he thought that we would make great content.
And then we scheduled something, and then you had no internet that day, remember?
Correct. Yep.
And I think like 2 weeks went by again. I was like, whatever then. If it doesn't work, it doesn't work. And then we did a live together and I looked really awful and washed out. And I was kind of bummed because I was like, oh, he's hot. I didn't realize I should have gotten like more dressed up for this. Oh, here we go. Yeah. Anita Card. Yes. Tears. Relationship Tourette's. Beetlejuice. Kids. Squirrel Settle. Okay. I was also thinking Colt Crim, like something like that. Something a little colty. Yeah. Help us with the tears, like what you want to call it. I found Tommy through Aaron and then you, Reese. I was yelling at the TV when you almost broke up. Tommy is being protective. That's not toxic. Don't walk. Love you. Worked it out. Yes. That was more my fault. And I've admitted to that many times.
You know what? But one of the other things that makes Reese really, really unusual is that Reese may have come on and said, she was hurting, but Reese didn't come on and start doing this is what happened and blah, blah, blah. I'll be honest. I share equal blame. I really do. But we walked away from it, really communicating a whole lot better. And since then, no joke, we've probably had the same situation come up 3 times without no nothing, no hiccup, no nothing. Just you go, oh, okay, cool. Call me right back. And I will. Takes 3 minutes, takes 5 minutes, takes a half hour, whatever. And then I call you right back. And it's just, we're
good. Yeah, really I hope that we don't ever do that again because now the stakes are even higher and we really love each other.
All in.
That would be sad. He's already got that set up. He's got a whole room set up for when I get there. Can you not do that with this channel? I don't understand what you mean, Geoplanet Jane. Top a membership. Can you not do that with this channel? You'll have to clarify what you mean there. Oh, yeah, Armine. Junkie and Chunky is one of the memberships. That's not bad. Kathy Ann, are you in here? Because you're helping me with this. I kind of like Chunky and the Junkie for one. Paddles and paws are good. That's really cute. Kathy Ann.
Really be the top.
Glitter feet.
Glitter feet should really be the top of the food chain. I mean, that's the special meetups. Absolutely.
No, she's saying, can you not do that?
Oh, she's saying, can you not do that on this channel? Oh,
She's saying memberships are good, but I guess I'm a little put off by the fact that the only people who can afford to pay for the top. Well, I don't know what you mean. We're not going to do anything special other than like my channel. The top memberships, I do a once a month brunch with Reese Zoom where I meet with everybody on a Zoom call. But Geoplanet James, some channels do, like Aaron, I think does like a private members only thing. No. I'm not doing it. We're not doing that. We're going to have everything offered up to everybody like I do on my channel. Hats and tats, sir. That's a cool.
By the way, we're going to that's a great tattoo. We're going to spend time here on Friday. Like when Anna Nicole arrives, I'm going to make sure that we're putting up a bunch of. I want everybody to see you here. I want like you're here to. We're here to hang out. The last time we got together, it was a fluke. You know what I mean? We had about 15 minutes notice. And I'm driving. I mean, that was just insane. It really
you was. You were what city were you in? I can't remember. It was like some city like 45 minutes away. And that was crazy.
And it's not my car, right? I'm driving someone else's car, which is my least favorite thing to do on earth. Literally, I hate it. But it was just it was stressful. This one's going to be fun, right? We have nothing else to do. We're not like a side note to this. You're coming here to see me, right? We're coming here to hang out and be the related boats.
This time it's different because we're actually meeting up to see each other. Oh, cute. I like that. Jason P, thank you for that. And also we will come to Colorado. We'll stay with you and your wife. You have 4 bathrooms, I'm told. We're good, brother. We'll come to Colorado. We got to see Anita Card anyway.
Squirrel Girl makes a good point. Keep the past out of the tears. So that makes a good point.
Yeah, I agree with that to an extent. I think it's fun to make fun of it a little and like make a joke of it. Like I don't mind
Chunky
being
and the
I'm being
Junkie's pretty
culty
funny.
and
I'm
you're
sorry.
crimmy.
That's never
Yeah,
not going to be
chunky and the
funny to me.
junkie, culty and crimmy. I always think it's funny. But squirrel girl, I get it. I get it.
And I
Laps
love
and
you for that. What do you
yeah, I
think
do
of
too.
that? I really
I do
do.
too. And Geoplanet Jane, don't be sad, girl. We're not going to do anything where anyone's left out. Like I say, we're not doing like special stuff and
Wendy
only you
Brewer,
get
you're
to be a
going
part of
to.
it. Oh yeah, Wendy, we're going to come see you, girl. If we can get this
He,
going. Okay, good. We have the whole basement to ourselves.
there
Perfect,
you go.
Jason.
There you
That's
go.
great.
Looks like
We're going to
Colorado's on
Colorado
lock.
then. Yeah, we're going to Colorado.
I think one should
Yeah.
be that's my wife. Just different Tourette, phrases
Yes.
in my
We could do
back off
some
with her.
crim spiders. That really got Kristen Melinda. She's still laughing about it. The crimmy spiders.
She wants to name the band.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. We love you. Yes, Geoplanet
Monogamous
Jane.
to yeah, monogamous Tourette's is great. I think that's important.
Yeah. Guys, I love this. Okay, so Kathy Ann, you got some of these, I hope.
Oh yeah, we did. We were on
Aw.
Aaron's channel together before we were. That's the first time we ever did anything. Was the
I
game
don't
show?
think so.
Yeah,
I
the
feel
game
like we
show.
met before that. I
No,
guess
that's
I'm
not the truth.
wrong.
Do you know how I know that's not the truth? Because if
How?
we had met before then, I would not have laughed nearly as hard when you said panty hamster. That was the first time I had ever heard that. Right? That's on that game show. I would the first time
And
I
what
would
was
have
your
heard that the
response?
first time
I'm
I just
sorry.
started
Every
laughing.
Friday?
Every Friday. Yeah.
Um,
A Beetlejuice theme one
oh,
wouldn't be that the
thank you,
Fillmore
Esther. Also, I think a good theme one is watch swinging. Watch swingers. Uh, we should do that one for sure.
There you
Yeah, the
go.
highest tier should be settle, 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 settle. I don't want to settle.
Beetlejuice is not bad either.
That's not bad. Oh, we need a panty hamster. That's true. That's
Oh,
true.
Wendy Brewer, I'm sorry to hear that. Hopefully, we can get you a
Oh,
laugh out of you.
that's tough, Wendy.
Watch
You've had a
Swinger
lot
is
of
pretty
losses.
funny. Yeah,
Love you, Wendy. Yeah, definitely. Do you agree on Watch Swinger?
yeah, yeah.
Okay. I think we got some good
But
ones, guys. And don't feel obligated. Nobody, I said this on my channel. It's just to help if you want to help. If you can't
yeah,
help, guess what? You're treated the same and we love you just as much. It's
just
it's
because it's
it's
going to be
okay.
new yoga for the top tiers. No, I'm just kidding.
Nude yoga.
Look, you said that, and we got like 46 subs.
I
Like
forgot
4
I
minutes.
said that one day. I
That's
said you were
so
doing
funny.
naked yoga and you got like a ton of new subs from that.
I called you and said,
Didn't
well, I
you?
don't know
Oh,
what's going
not
on.
subs. You got new members. I
New members.
joined.
I called her. I was
I
like, yeah, I
paid.
got a bunch of members today. She's
Yes.
like, oh,
I
that may have
paid
been
for
me.
one. I even paid for one. Because Tampa B sent me some bootleg yoga video of yours. And I was like, no, I need
Sassy
my own.
Savage.
Sassy. I
I love
love
that.
that.
I love that.
Babe. That's amazing. Thank him too for us. That's amazing.
Yeah, that is so cool. Honestly, thank you for your service, and I love that he's home. That is so
Yes.
cool. I'm
Definitely thank
stoked.
him. Um,
I'm gonna need a colon pep talk tier. Beautiful, beautiful, right? Shy colon as a tier, as a tier. Good.
bit of a
We
shy
could just go
colon.
with all neuroses stuff, right? I'm not pooping here. This toilet's dirty. Right? Is that a hair in my food?
Candy corn. And I would too. I mean, I would.
The poopy pants may need to be a level.
I remember talking about that. That's why I don't go to malls. I should.
I need
You
a
should do
car.
a
You're
yoga
in
video.
Loveland. I know where Loveland is. I know where Loveland is.
Is that
Beautiful.
close to Jason P?
Um, well, we could do a tour. Well, we could do everything. But
I'd like to go around Colorado.
yeah,
You should do a yoga video whilst in Arizona with Reese observing. You know what? We could try to fit that in. That would be fun.
that would
That
really
would
be
be
fun.
fun.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oops, I crapped my pants. Top tier.
Oh man, I like the first here. Thank you, Aaron, since he introduced us both to you. That's amazing. Yeah, that's a
You
good
know what?
idea.
Very cool concept. Very
Oh,
cool
a cotton
concept.
candy level.
You know what? How did I not think of that?
Yeah.
How did I not think of that? I am a cotton candy fan. I'm not gonna
Yeah.
lie to you. Probably
Um,
unhealthy at my age, but I
a
don't
very
care.
early goosebump. It's early in the morning Friday. He's picking me up, and then we're gonna go get over to the restaurant. Hey,
It
Lori
isn't like
Lee.
ludicrously early though. Isn't it like 6:45 a.m. or something like that? Like 7 a.m. or something? It's not.
It's not that early.
No,
It's
no,
like
no.
8 o'clock.
Oh yeah, that's not early. That's not early at all. See?
It's early because you have to drive an hour and a half or 2 hours or whatever it is.
Bullshit splatter could be a tear.
What? Yes. Do you need something?
Oh,
Oh, yeah.
thank you all. Having a mushy day. Him meeting his 7th month baby girl was everything. Oh my lord, how cool was that?
Hey, Mary.
That
Okay,
was so
Jason
cool.
P. Don't worry. If we come to Colorado, we're definitely coming to your place, man. I need the basement.
Right?
I kind of like the idea of going and just staying in people's houses, Tommy. Is that weird?
First live with both of
Rebecca,
us. First
you're my
live with both of us.
Reese, you're my favorite chick. I love you. Tommy, you are the best. Love the yoga. Thanks for being you guys. I love you both. Oh my God. Rebecca, I love that, babe. Thanks for coming over. That's so
Very cool.
nice.
Yep, very, very cool. I love it whenever somebody says it's a first. I love that.
Me too. Um, are you guys going to be live? Yes, we're going to stream it. What
Absolutely.
I'll probably have Tommy do is stream it from the Relate-A-Boat, and then I will probably stream from my channel. Do a little bit of both.
Now we had
Um,
planned on doing the relate about 5 days a week,
Charlotte,
right?
yes. We had planned on what?
We had planned on doing the relate about 5 days a week, right? That was the original plan. Were we
But we can't seem to
taking
stay away.
midweek, right? Well, yeah, exactly. So, but I'm thinking Thursday, Friday, or Wednesday, Thursday, right?
That we
You
take
don't want to
what?
take off weekends.
I
Because
got
on
to
the
be paid
weekend,
more if I'm going to work weekends, brother.
yeah, well, we'll work that out. I think that you should
I'm
be.
going to need you to pay
You
me.
should be.
No,
You
I think yeah, I think and guys, just to prepare you, this is a trip where I'm also meeting with some professionals that Tommy's going to introduce me to, and also his brother is going to introduce me to. So we probably won't be streaming. Um, bye,
well, we can't
Kristen,
do it the
Melinda, love
entire
you, girl.
time.
Yeah, we can't do it the entire time. So don't like next weekend. You may not, if you see us at all, it'll probably be little blips of time. We may pop on, but we have some appointments actually. Not we. Some are you and I, Tommy, that you're introducing me to some people, but a couple of them, guys, I'm meeting some people on my own. So
Oh, sure. Like I'm letting you out of my sight. I'm taking in a Nicole and showing you around town. No, I'm kidding. You can go do whatever you want. It's
he'll
fine.
be there with
Just
me.
ignore me.
Tommy has to drive
Ignore
me. I
me.
don't have a car and I'm not renting one. He's going to be my guy for that.
Katie Fulton says,
Um,
just shag some turquoise. That's all I ask. Seems fair. Seems
yeah,
fair.
Katie, I'm going to be kind of pissed if I don't get something.
You know what?
Hey,
Chickacherry
Regina.
Cola. Chickacherry Cola has a plan here. No shit. Your place of employment. Poopy pants. Trauma. Bless Huxley's sweet sweetheart. There you go. See, that's a plan.
Yes, Brianna, we are. Now, do you mean around the country? Yes. Meet and greets in Arizona? Yes. Friday in Phoenix.
Yes, absolutely. Anna Nicole or Lucy Busey tears. Good call. Good call.
Now, Shelly, you might have answered, but I still don't know. Cotton candy, hummus, hot sauce is great, dear. Shelly, are you going to be there on Friday? Because I'm really
No,
excited if
what
you
Shelly
are.
said was she is going to be in Ohio, right? But she is looking forward to seeing us together.
Oh, okay, okay. I got it. Thanks for clarifying. Um,
Sassy,
but
have
guys,
fun. Live it up.
just know that. So you're not freaking out next weekend. I just want you guys to know it's probably going to be a rush once I get off the plane. There's a lot of stuff scheduled. And like I say, Tommy and I will definitely pop on. Hey,
That's a good one
Abigail.
too. That's a good one too. Put up DS Kitties. That's a great one right there. Look at that. Beetlejuice, the monogamous
Well,
Tourette's. the cooter, the cotton candy, tier hot peppers. Yeah, tier hot. This is solid right here, man.
That's
That's
good.
solid
Kathy
stuff.
Ann, are you getting these, girl? She's gonna help us with this, Tommy.
Thank you.
I love that DS Kitty. That's okay, Shelly. Love you, girl. Um, yeah, Wendy,
Wendy, that's
we
awesome.
really love you, Wendy, for sure. You are a big part of this family, Wendy. Lumen, thank you for understanding. I just and guys, maybe I'll be wrong. We may be able to have more time to stream than I realize because I want to. Oh, we should have one called Snail Trails.
You know what? It depends too on like if I can film you doing funny things, like I'll do that. It just depends.
It's okay, Brianna. Do what you're comfortable with, girl. Sorry, Tommy, I didn't mean to cut you off. That lady was getting mad at me for cutting you off, and now I'm nervous about. Oh yeah, we were gonna do. Somebody said a polar bear tier.
Good call. Do you know what's really funny? I had a wife who cut me off like routinely. I just
Yeah, I
don't
don't
get
like
that
that.
vibe. But I'm not feeling it. Like if you're doing it,
Well, you want to know something funny? Since you bring that
yeah.
up, you make my heart happy. Welcome, and I'm happy to hear that, babe. We love you. I really clench up and clam up when it comes to that. In Scientology, it's called cutting your comm. And so, since I was little, my dad would almost backhand me physically and he'd go, "Don't cut my comm." So, like, it's a thing for me. I get real clenched up and weird when I cut people off and I go, I'm sorry. I didn't mean that. It freaks me out because in Scientology, when you cut comm, we're trained not to do it. So you either
I've
say,
seen that
"Don't cut my
reaction.
comm." Yeah, you either do that to the person and go, "Don't cut my comm." Or if you're kind, you cut comm and then you go, "I'm sorry, I cut your comm. I didn't mean to cut your comm." And the other person will go, "It's okay. It's all right. I understand." But we're trained not to do it.
I've
So you
watched
shouldn't.
you do it. I can show you on film watching you freak out when you do it.
I
I
freak
can.
out.
I've
It's a
seen you do
knee
it.
jerk reaction. Yeah. So I hope you don't get. You just said I don't get that vibe. I hope you don't get that vibe because
I
I
don't.
do not like to cut comm. It freaks me out. I don't like doing
Chicken
it.
cherry
So
cola. I will be selling you pictures of Johnny's legs. Don't trip. I'll get him coming out of the shower. You want pictures of Johnny? I got this. We'll work a deal.
what is the
I
deal with
have
his
no problem
legs?
throwing my brother under the. Well, Johnny was a marathon. Like he ran a marathon and he keeps himself in pretty good shape.
Katie, it's not calm. It's calm communication. We always say calm in Scientology. So, like, I don't know, he had pretty good calm, or he had a short calm lag. They have something called a calm lag. That's why I wasn't good with my first husband. You have us how quickly somebody responds to something. You know how I'm always like this? I have a
Yep.
high calm lag, or I have a quick calm lag. I don't have a calm lag, is what I'm saying. It's short. Calm, COMM. It's short for communication.
Communication. Yeah.
So my dad would go, "Don't cut my comm." And so that's what it is, not calm, calm. We just don't ever say communication. We just shorten it to calm.
Avina, I love you.
Because people enjoy your individual and dual chemistry personality. That's pretty amazing. People would pay to make me. We're trying
It's
to
not
figure it
true. I'm
out.
sure. I'm sure that
I would
that's not
like to
true.
make a career out of doing this and traveling and doing that. I
Yeah.
really would.
And I think it's possible. I really do. I think it's possible.
Well, we're pretty good.
Yeah.
I don't know if you knew.
It's fun to watch. You know what's crazy is I will go back and watch some of the shows we do, and that's pretty funny, right? It really is.
What?
I will go back and watch shows that we did.
But what's funny? What do you mean it's funny? Just
Like I don't ever watch
what
any
did I
other
amuse
shows. Like
you?
I don't watch my own shows. Do you watch your own shows?
Sometimes I'll go back to watch my own shows to try to find something that somebody said, but no,
Right.
I really don't. I don't have time for that. And when I do, I get embarrassed. I'm like, God, I look like an idiot. Uh, to compare Tommy to Fred shows me how much you care about Tommy. Oh yeah, I said that a lot last night, Mousy, that he's got a lot of similar qualities and some better. And I said last night, it's really there's no comparison because and I said, what did I say? I said, Fred would want this for me. Fred would love this for me. So there's really no comparison. I said that last night, Tommy. I said, there's some things that are better than Fred. Like there are some things
Uh,
that you understand about me that I'm like, wow, Tommy, I feel honored that he knows that about me and takes that into consideration when he answers me and things like that. And some things are even a higher level of understanding, which I really appreciate. Yeah. Funny how,
Awesome.
Lumen. Funny how.
You know what's funny? Believe it or not, I would probably categorize myself. I'm not outgoing, which is really incredible to say, but I am not. And I was for the entire time I was on drugs. Like I was super extroverted, and I'm not now at all. And uh, I was I was preaching connection and not doing a whole lot of it, right? Um, and these days I am pushing myself out there, and that's another thing that uh, you have done. Do you remember the first time you brought up the concept of going somewhere? Do you remember what I said? I was like, if we could do it for an hour, like if I could do it for an hour, I would do it. I'm not hanging out. I'm not hanging out with anybody for more than an hour. That was the first time I did it. I said, no, it's not going to
I
happen.
do remember.
And then they
Forget
tricked
it.
me
I don't
into,
want to do this.
and then they tricked me into going to Clearwater. And it was only going to be an hour. I think I was there for about 4. But I had a great time. I really did. It was life changing. I had so much
And
fun.
you said you couldn't give me a raise because the other secretaries, forget it. I don't want to do
Forget it.
this.
I don't want to play this anymore. I don't want to play this anymore.
Tampa A girl. I have seen many SPTV creators apologize for interrupting. They are quiet and stop. This is something that makes sense now. No one has talked about cut calm yet. It is a shuddering part of my past. I got my ass ripped by, it started with my dad, but as I grew into Scientology, it was Dan O'Connor was a big one. Don't cut my comm. I mean, people just get real growly and real crazy about it. They do not like that. It's a big thing that L. Ron Hubbard says is like one of the biggest forms of disrespect because we have so much training on communication. We are trained hours and hours to not do that. Acknowledging and the communication cycle in Scientology is huge. So when you break the cycle and cut the comm, it's like super, super disrespectful. Yeah, for
The
sure. Platonic,
the
not platonic.
the OT8 that and his wife that I used to work with, like I don't know whether or not they truthfully believe that they get superpowers like put on them as well. But I
They do.
so distinctly remember getting into an argument with him, and we didn't get into too many arguments, but he honestly like he was trying the Jedi mind trick. Like I'm not even being funny. The dude was like,
Mhm.
listen, we're not going to do this. We're not going to have this discussion. This isn't happening now. Like he did this, and had his finger like that. And
Oh,
like he
that's
was
not an
telling me
OTA
that,
thing.
right, this is exactly how this is going to be, right? We are not doing it. When he got to the end of it, I was like, man, I will break you in half. I don't know who the hell you think you are. I will take you outside
That
and
is
kill you.
not an that is not an OTA thing, man. I went to a kid's birthday party for a couple of Scientology parents. I said this years ago. We went every year. Same bowling alley every year. And the last time I went was the year before last. Of course, I got declared. But the mom at this party had always been a friend of mine, but she was a highly trained auditor in the church. And the girl was like 19 running the party who worked at the bowling alley, bringing the pizza out, getting the cake and all that. And she messed up on something. And I stood there and watched her take this girl apart. And she was like, all right, here's what we're going to do. She was like, this isn't your fault. This isn't my fault. She was like, but we're going to get it done. Do you understand? You're going to get this done. She was like, I don't want to have any lags in between. All right. She was like, got it. That's how they talk. I remember talking like that. I remember my sister was out. I was in. I never talked to her. We met up in Florida one time and she was smoking pot and doing drugs. And I was like, look, I was like, this is how it's going to go. We're not going to have any mess ups on this. I was like, do you understand? There's not going to be any stops on the line. Do you understand? And she was like, don't talk to me like dad does. And I didn't even realize that's what I was doing. But that's how they talk. It's just it's hilarious now when I think about it because they talk to non Scientologists that way.
Well,
That's
and
how they are.
I think he honestly thought when he was done talking to me, I was going to be like, I'm really sorry for everything that I've done. And, you know what I mean? I'm whacked on smack. Like, honestly, I got a 7 gram a day heroin habit. This dude's getting in my face telling me I'm not doing this and that. I'm like, I'll kill you, man. I don't know who you think you are, dude. Let's go outside right now. Let's do this. And then he just got this shocked look on his face. I'm looking around at everyone else like, the hell just happened? You and me outside. I was
Yes.
he was an idiot.
Yes,
Really
that's
was.
how they talk, though. That is not an OTA thing, man. That is a Scientology thing. That's why there is no love. It's all conditional, Tommy. That's why, like, every relationship I've ever had, family, friend, anything, that's how we talk to each other. You're going to get it done. You understand? I don't want any excuses. Got it? Good. Start. I mean, that's how it is.
You really do have
Tampa,
a whole different language. I mean, absolutely. There's a whole different language. We have a Tampa A.
yeah, we do.
How about that?
Um, Yeah, yeah, Tampa A.
Another
It
reason
is.
we get along, by the way. Another reason we get along, by the way, because you are very patient with me concerning all of the Scientology stuff. And I legitimately am fascinated by it, right? You know, communication is such a thing for me, such a huge part of my life and has been, I mean, since I was 4, right? So I'm just fascinated with communication and where it goes left and right and things like that. So the Scientology thing, even if I didn't know you or if I didn't hang with second gens, this would be something that I would be fascinated by. But you are so much more. You're quicker to explain it, and I don't have to try to poke and prod you because very often you'll go, I can't say this any other way but Scientology, and I love that. I really do. I always want you to back up and like, because, and did you just hear other people say, oh man, like, don't step on my com? That's something
Don't
that
cut my
people need
comm.
to, yeah, don't cut my, that's something people need to hear because I promise you, Quibble, you can go back and watch. And there are times where you'll go to talk and I'll go at the same time. And the look, I don't want anyone to misread the look. The look is not frustration with me. The look is terror. And I've seen it so many times, right? It really is terror. It's a look of
That's bizarre.
like,
I've never noticed it.
I'll point it out to you. I'll give you timestamps.
Yeah.
Somebody wrote me an email a long time ago about this and said, I'm tired of watching her cut you off. And I said, you know what? I said, go back and watch them. Go back and watch because it's not what's happening. It's not a frustration look. It's a look of fear and it's a bummer. It really is. But it's refreshing to know what it's from. It's refreshing to know that it's not you're worried that you're cutting me off. It's that this is something that happened a long time ago and it's not got anything to do with me. That's lovely.
Oh yeah,
That's
no,
communication
it's
is
a
good stuff.
real thing. Well, it's a fear though. I mean, I have been scolded so hard within, like I say, I mean, my dad has done some physical stuff to me, nothing major, but I mean, when it all did happen, that was why, because I cut his comm. It drives a Scientologist insane to have your comm cut because we're trained so hardcore not to do that. So you're
Right.
violating policy big time. Violates all the training you had. But yes, Adrian, whole different language. Yeah, it
Mara,
is
that's a great
crazy.
Mara, it's a great question. Um, you know, how do they recruit people? And it's something that I think is important that we talk about this often, right? That this comes up often because drugs are the same way, right? Because in the very beginning they deliver on a promise. That's why we stick around. Heroin in the very beginning delivered on the promise. It took away my pain. It made me so that I was absolutely bulletproof. I could walk into public and I could do whatever I wanted. I was an extrovert. You know, as a public speaker, there was no fear. It did everything I wanted it to do. Made me feel comfortable in my own skin till it didn't. Or till it said, I will let you do that, but you're going to have to give me everything in exchange. Everything, right? Your health, your freedom, your family, God, everything. So that happens, right? Sorry, quibble.
No, no, totally. You're absolutely right. And um, I think they really promote a lot of fear and intimidation. I mean, like I talked about in therapy last week, they're making just plain soldiers. Everybody's the same. We all
Right,
follow the same rule. The individuality is, he called it the you-ness, is stripped.
right.
And that's what's created there. And that's probably a cult thing in general, although I don't know other cults. I only know
You
Scientology,
know
but
what? And they do it in military as well, right? You don't want personalities shining, right? You kind of want to get everybody into a
yeah.
cohesive unit. But they really beat on, believe it or not, communication, right? This is their real push is they're going to teach you to be better communicators. Who does not want to be a better communicator? And the early classes that they do deliver on that. You become a better communicator. There are so many people I know who have been through the programs who are like, I benefited from it. Then it got creepy. I took off. But those early things were great. And it's incremental. You give up a little bit, you give up a little bit, you give up a little bit.
Yeah.
And before you know it, everybody you know is in the cult. All of the thoughts, the
Everybody.
language, everything, right? It's a slow process. They don't walk in day one and go, let me tell you about Xenu. And by the way, you can't talk to your family anymore. You want to join?
Right.
No, it doesn't work like that. Just like a
It's
drug
very
dealer doesn't
little.
go, hey, you want some heroin? You're going to be in prison in 6 years. This will be great.
It's yeah, it's done in a very subtle way. Um, Definitely Sweetqual. I was gonna say like robots because of all the training is yeah, it just strips that. But it's also basic stuff that is really funny. it's funny how they believe that, like, wow, L. Ron Hubbard invented this. It's like study technology in there, like looking up words. Guys, he didn't invent that, but we're taught to believe he did. And same with some of the training we do, is like we do a drill that one of the TRs where you learn half act, acknowledgement act. And it's like you have to read out of Alice in Wonderland and you say something and the coach goes, the coach reads something and I'm the student. I have to respond with a half act, and this is to train to be an auditor. And I have to go on. And then they tell me whether or not I pass that, and then they'll read something else from Alice in Wonderland and I'll go, uh-huh. Wow. I'm trying to get them to keep going. It's a half act. Yeah. But then you do the training of the full acts where you get a full stop. You're trying to get them to stop talking. So you're like, understood. Thank you. I got that. It's the stupidest thing. It's like, wow, if not for L. Ron Hubbard, I would never know how to end a sentence. I wouldn't know how to end a phone call ever. It's just, it's bizarre.
Do you know what, Quibble? Here's the thing. For people that feel horrifically uncomfortable in their own skin, this is a structure. And for a lot of people, structure of any kind, right? You say, how does anybody get into doing drugs? Or you start doing a little bit of blow and it helps at work, right? You got a little bit more energy. You didn't get it from nowhere. You got it from a dude at work. Now you know somebody and you have a rallying point and he brings you to someone else. And the next thing you know, all of the people that don't do blow start falling out of your life. It is the exact same thing. We do it in everything. It always comes back to you stop hanging out with people who don't agree with you. You stop hanging out with people who don't do exactly what you do. You're going in the wrong direction, right? It's totally. The frog in boiling water, Shelley. That's exactly right.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, exactly
I like right. that roll call. Lori, what is I duplicate you completely? I guess that's not, I assume that was a word in the real world. We use that word all the time. Duplicate. You duplicate that. All it means is comprehend, understand. But it's definitely, I thought that was a regular word. But you can, I mean, I can't tell you how many restaurants I've been to with my in-laws and they'll take the order and she'll go, I don't think she duplicated that at all. The duplication was not there.
I prefer grok. Sorry.
What's that?
It's the same concept, but it's from a book that somebody wrote and that got a lot of, they literally went to this man's house and wanted him to become a cult leader. I'm not even kidding, right? It was Aldo Huxley, right? Brave New World. And he was like, get away from my door, you idiots. It's fiction. I mean, for real. Like that was his basic response. But it is a book that kind of highlights that. But instead of saying, do you copy, right? They would say GROK. Like I completely understand.
Okay. Yeah, that's what Kim just said. Is that in place of do you copy? Kind of, but like we don't say like instead of like do you copy, you don't say do you duplicate. I mean, you can say that, but it's thrown around a lot. It's kind of like the word cognite that I was talking about that's used a lot. It just means like, it just means understand. So it doesn't have to be so harsh. Like, do you duplicate? It's also just, it can be thrown around. Like I said, like, I don't know that I duplicate what you're saying, but, and you don't want to do that though, because then they're going to go, well, is there a word or symbol there that you don't understand? Let's get into a word chain and clear it. But I mean, it's very simple to it's just in place of understand. So just, I don't know that I duplicate that. And again, I thought it was a word everybody used, but I don't think it is.
Well, it is, but we use it differently out here, right? Out here, duplicate means to do the exact same thing, right? So I duplicate your efforts or I duplicate the work that you've done. All I'm doing is copying it. I'm honestly just knocking out the exact same thing. That's what duplicate means. Out here, that's what it means. It means to do the same thing again, right? It's times 2 almost.
Same with the word propitiate. We use that word a lot, and it's apparently a different meaning in Scientology than it is in the real world to propitiate.
Well, it happens with a lot of words. LRH was creative, if nothing else. He was also super big into abbreviations, right? Like there's so many things. What are those reports you write on each other? The snitch
KRs.
KRs, right?
Knowledge
there's so
report.
Many things like that. And you know that the longer that you spend time, the more that they can isolate you with language, right? With the people that you hang out with, when the rest of the world no longer even speaks the same language as you, how isolated are you? Right?
True. I just realized Rain. I use duplicate when I've created something. I need to make another just like it. Yeah, you're right. But so you wouldn't say duplicate. Don't you say duplicate? Like a duplicate copy? Like make me a duplicate copy.
Well, a duplicate copy that you duplicate. Somebody duplicates it, and then it becomes a duplicate copy, right? It's
Okay.
just two
Okay.
different, yeah, but a
Um,
duplicate.
and
Yeah.
Mara, yes to that. Goosebump, propitiate means in Scientology, propitiate means when you're trying to get somebody to like you, it's a tone level in Scientology, and it's a low tone level. You don't want to be in propitiation. So propitiation is when like someone's giving gifts, whether they be real or just emotional. Like when you have a boss, let's say, or someone that's above you, and you're trying to kiss their ass big time to get them to like you. You're in propitiation. You're like, hey, I brought you this. Can you like me now? Hey, I did this for you. You're kind of trying to get approval. I was in propitiation nonstop around the clock with my father. Once I realized that the only thing he was going to like me, the only way he was going to like me is if I did Scientology and I completed a course and I was a good little soldier, I started to propitiate. And I would go, wow, I really like that course, Dad. Can I do another course? That's propitiation. It's not a good place to
Wow.
be.
Yeah.
Um,
So it is. Yeah. So brown nosing, sucking up,
kiss
right?
an ass. Yep.
Kissing ass
Yeah.
professionally, right? Um, very, very odd. But it's kind of the same thing. I mean, out here, I think we would probably say appeasing or something like that. But it's the same thing, except again, LRH takes it a little bit further, right? So instead of just appeasing somebody, you're actually, you're brown
You know what
nosing.
else
You're
is
taking it
another
a little
word
bit
that's
further.
weird that we use
What's that?
all the time in Scientology? Data. And it's not this, I mean, it's kind of the same, but like we use it all the time. So if I say to you, hey, did you hear that so and so is getting a divorce? First of all, you can't do that because it's spreading bad news. So you're
Right.
being in theta, you're spreading in theta, you're being in turbulating, which is not good news. But people will just answer and go, no data. And so they use it all the time. People use it all the time in Scientology. They'll be like, get the data on that now. I heard about this. I want the data. Get me a copy of it. I want the data and I want it all in a copy. Or it's just such a funny terminal. That's another one. Yeah, definitely terminal. Who's your terminal on that? That's just a person.
Nice.
It's weird.
Yep.
That's all they
The
use.
person that you're connecting with.
OL, your OL, your opinion leader. Everybody always said Dan O'Connor was my OL. Kestrel, what does no data mean? That means I have no information on it, or
Yeah, I
I'm
don't know. I
pretending
can't.
not
I can't
to.
fill you in.
Yeah,
Yeah, she may be getting a divorce, but I got no data on that. So,
no, and it's not data. Nobody says data. Every time I
they
hear
say
data, I
data,
cringe. Data. It's always data. But it's so funny that if you want to give no answer on something, you just go no data. It's just like no comment, almost like I'm not giving
right?
information on that. But data
How
is
about
used all the
tech?
time.
How about tech?
Tech, tech is used all the time, but that's just what it's everything LRH wrote. So like you're not applying the tech correctly. Or well, what does the tech say? Use the tech on it. What's the
So
tech?
anything that fool wrote is tech.
Everything he wrote is tech. So
Okay.
you're not using the proper tech on that. I recommend that you look up the tech on that and see what he said. I mean, it's just used all the time, thrown around all the time. Yeah, we need a Scientology dictionary. I probably have one. Yeah, yeah.
Good God, Mary. That's horrific. I'm so sorry to hear that. It's insane.
It is horrible. Oh, I'd love to go back to Asheville. I loved Asheville. I had the best breakfast burrito ever in the Asheville airport.
Brianna, you're
Um,
funny. That's the
yeah, the tea.
data. Yeah.
Get the data. Get the data. Get it to me. I want the data by tonight. That's how they talk. It's weird. Everything's kind of shortened now that I think about it. Tech is for the technology. He wrote the tech on that. He wrote the tech
So
on how to clear
everything
words.
was
He wrote all
technology.
the tech. Yeah, everything's
Wow.
tech. What does LRH say about that? What's the tech?
This is fascinating. I need an edible.
Yeah.
uh,
Yeah, it's just weird, guys. I don't think about it as much anymore. Um, but there's a lot. I could flip over to it in less than a second if somebody in Scientology were willing to come into the room right now and talk to me. I would
right.
completely switch languages. It's just hard to do it because there's no one to talk to anymore in that language. But I'm telling you right now, if Doug or Brenda or somebody were in my vicinity, I would totally flip. Like I like switching to Spanish. I would just switch.
The when you see 3 or 4 convicts get together and start talking, inside of 15 minutes, everybody's language will change so much that you won't be able to understand what they're talking about. And it starts to become a thing where you can tell what custody level the person did time at based on how they speak, right? So it helps with people who try to BS, because if you were at if somebody starts to lie about anything, it's usually a really bad sign, right? It usually means that their crime is not what they say it is. But you can usually tell even by words that are used, phrases that are used, if the person was at supermax or if he was at, because it's weird how language develops. But network marketing, same way, right? The MLMs all have slogans and all have, different words for all the BS, and you learn it and drill it, and because it's the same mentality, right? Control groups.
Yeah, it is. It's just high control is all it is. And it's just so weird.
Kim is Blue says every once in a while you switch when you're talking to Sterling.
Oh, do I? I'm sure I do. For whatever reason, when I talk to Sterling on the phone too, I switch over with him and he laughs. Like, he's been out for so long, he doesn't really do it. But I think it's just, I know I can, maybe it's weird. I know that he'll understand me. And again, like I've said to Tommy, it's just faster for me sometimes to do that. I will think of a concept and I don't know how to do it in the English language. All I can think of is to I say it to Sterling all the time. All the time. I'll go, I don't know. I just feel like I'm being third partied. That's the only way I still can't come up with a concept in the English language. I use it all the time. I use it in front of Jeff and he glazes over. He has no idea, but I'll go, there's some third party. I just feel like there's definite third party going on here. I'm feeling third partied.
Okay. So try to give me the,
what do you think it means?
Someone butting in when they shouldn't. No, see that to me, maybe it's the hockey thing, but third man in is always it's a penalty.
Third party is still one that I definitely can't seem to get away from. Third party is, this is why I still use it. I don't know how to explain it. It's an ethics thing. And L. Ron Hubbard says, whenever two parties are fighting, ever, and I mean ever, right. If there's just a recent Tommy little hiccup where you and I just can't talk at the moment, we got to let each other go. Or if there's World War III going on, okay? Right. Everything you can stem back to, everything stems back to a third party. If there are ever two people not getting along or groups of people, whatever it is, there's a third party. So there's always somebody behind the scenes stirring the pot. So you're being third partied. So and this is a real deal. Like my parents, I remember fighting when I was little. My dad would go, where's the third party? There's a third party here. It's not our fault. There's a third party. So somebody nattered somewhere. So my dad would go, who said what to you? Like, who was nattering about me to you? Who said something about me to you? Because I don't know anything. I'm clean. So obviously it's on your end. Where's the out ethics?
So I was kind of close. It's somebody screwing with you but it rises to a different level. So
basically, though, you were talking shit behind my back and now we're fighting. Right. It's almost like it's your point.
But they believe that there is no other possibility.
Zero. If there's ever, it's kind of like what he says, if there's ever an accident, illness, anything like that, you're connected to an SP 100%. There's a PTS situation. The only reason that stems from accidents, illnesses, anything like that, there's no other reason than there's an SP around. So same thing. He works in absolutes. So if you and I have any kind of a hiccup, and I mean a tiny little hitch in our giddy up, there's a third party. If there's World War III, there's a third party. There's somebody behind the scenes pulling the strings. So they use it all the time, because if there's any kind of fighting, where's the third party? There's a third party somewhere. You need to find it. There's some out ethics. Yeah. So I do that with Sterling because I can't think of another word. So I'll just go, I feel like I'm being third party, dude. Like there's somebody talking shit about me. It's basically what I mean by that. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's fascinating.
Yeah.
That really is.
Yeah, it's weird. There's a lot of ethics terms that we use like that.
So the KR
that's
thing.
Effed up.
Well, yes, that is effed up. I've heard his story. They wanted us to do this in the drug program in prison. They put in this program where they're trying to turn people into citizens, and you were required to tell on somebody in the group twice a week. So you would have to find in prison, right? You had to snitch on somebody, right?
Thank you, Amanda.
Now, this didn't
She's
work.
a Scientologist.
I understood it. I thought it was that you did a heck of a job. They wanted us to snitch on each other. In fact, if you didn't, you were not going to pass the program. And they tapped out because in prison, like there's who's going to be the first dude to snitch? Like guys got together and said, tell you what, I won't do anything wrong. I'll just say that there was cardboard in my cell and you say this. And guys were like, no, you're giving into this. The next guys are going to really start telling. But yeah, it's third party only matter in a snitch culture like Scientology. Well, the KR thing is just a fascinating thing to me. I remember I told you this story because I left some drug paraphernalia in my friend's car. His wife wrote a report on him to the cult. In fact, she was always writing reports on him because of me, always doing it. Until finally, I was no longer allowed to be anywhere near him. And I made the guy a lot of money. But
do you know what good roads, good weather is?
No.
That's another big one, especially to be used if you're anywhere near non-Scientologists. It's code. Just good roads, good weather. Just apply your good roads, good weather. Just be good roads, good weather. We do it all the time. Thank you, Onyx.
And it means just
apply good roads, good weather. You'll be all right. Whenever I'd go visit hold on. Whenever I'd go visit my mom every year, my mom and my sister in Tennessee, every time I'd leave, I'd get my CSW approved, which is my completed staff work, which is my approval to leave. I'd have to have some kind of a little bit of a sec check in order to go and all that. And you'd get a training, you'd get a program for when you're going to be around the non-Scientologists. And you better believe, I would get a real stern talking to that you apply good roads, good weather the whole time you're there. And do not go below 2.0 on the tone scale. So you need to keep it light, because below 2.0 anger is where people go into restimulation on the tone scale. And they're not anything below 2.0. You can take the opposite. They're lying. Anything below 2.0, they're lying. It's a fact. It's an absolute. Yeah. Keep sweet and obey, Kestrel. That's it. So good roads, good weather is, it's saying only positive things. Yeah. Everything's fine, but it's also, it's hilarious. We get trained. I would get special programs for me before I go, and someone would sit down and be my mom, and someone would sit down and pretend to be my sister, and they would go. I'd have to come up with responses, and I wouldn't be allowed to go until I could do this. So I'd have to sit down for a couple hours, and they'd be Diane, my mom, and they'd say, okay, I'm going to be your mother. Let's start. Okay. Have you heard about that Leah Remini show? Hey, we should go to a movie tonight.
I'm sorry.
You don't even act it. So, have you heard about that Leah Remini show? Hey, we should go to that place I love in Nashville for dinner. Flunk, Reese, that's not good enough. Okay, start. Have you heard about that Leah Remini show? Hey, Mom, I love that. Let's go to your closet and find a really good outfit for dinner tonight. Okay, good, pass. Wait, I'd have to drill it 100,000 times before I got approved to go, because we would have to drill on how to handle her, communicate her comm, on how she's going to react. So I'd have to drill good roads, good weather, specifically tailored, customized to the situation.
Yeah, this is some crazy shit. Like you got that. It really is. That is some crazy.
So my marching orders were: you apply good roads, good weather. And when you get back, you're going to get on the cans, and we're going to ask you every detail of what happened. So you better do it. And if you can't do it, you get a plane ticket home.
Wow.
So you get some good roads, good weather.
I did a lot of role
yes,
playing.
You pay for those drills. Of course you do, Peace Lady. You pay for every dime of it while you're there. Nothing's free.
My role playing was different.
Oh, I had grown men when I was little role playing with me, doing those drills.
Oh, I could have done without that. I know it's the truth, but it makes me want to kill someone. God, God,
Yeah, it was
helpless.
weird. It was real weird, but you had to drill that stuff. It was the real deal. But what determines where you are? What do you mean, Don? I don't know. Good roads, good weather. That's true too, Amanda. Amanda and I knew each other. She was a Scientologist for a long time. Good roads, good weather is also a decision over disconnecting. So good roads, good weather also applies. You're correct. When you find out who the bad person is in your life, who's causing the sickness or the bad situations, you can either choose to handle or disconnect. Well, if you handle, you have to handle from now on going forward with good roads, good weather. So you can write them letters, but you cannot go into the area that caused the problem in the first place. So my mother was a big example of that because she would bring up Scientology and why am I in it and why is Huxley connected to it and all that. So I would have to drill how to handle her with good roads, good weather because she was the source of this oppression.
Wow.
And I'll tell you, that was hard because then I would get back from a trip and they'd put me on the cans and go, okay, so here's your custom tailored list of questions. What was said? What'd you do? How'd you handle it? Did you do it per the protocol that we gave you? It was hard. Hard.
That's absolutely unbelievable.
Karen Hall, I would love to meet you too, girl. Yeah.
Terrific. It really is. It creeps me out.
Well, we should do another show about it sometime.
We
It's
should.
kind of fun to
We
go down the rabbit
absolutely.
hole.
We could do a show. We could do a show on just sort of the etymology of some of the words that some of the differences between what he said and what what they really mean. And I think it not only do people dig it because it is such an educational thing. Maybe have your friend on too, right?
My friend.
Amanda.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
It was Shelley. At one point, every summer started to become more and more of I would just didn't want to go. Didn't want to go.
It blows my mind. It blows my mind that there were people telling you how to live and you were doing it. Like, it blows my mind.
The people telling you what?
That there were people telling you how to live and you were doing it.
Oh,
Like,
100%,
I can see you coming unglued on them. The Reese I know could not have ever done that.
No way.
I never met that Reese.
The consequences were so much worse to come unglued. You just learned not to do that.
I never met that. And you never met, the old me either. That's probably why we get along.
Probably. Yeah, we're totally different people now, aren't we?
And all of this from a nasty science fiction writer with yellow teeth. I'm going to go with the baked beans teeth. I think Johnny pretty much.
It's sad though, Shelley. It is because I used to love going to see my mom, and by the summer after each summer, it would be harder and harder. I didn't want to go. They were actually third partying and poisoning me to my mother. I used to be excited to go see her, and then each year it was like I didn't want to see my mom anymore.
That's awful.
Did you ever get positive reinforcement? Well, sure. I mean, when my dad, I think of my dad, that was the only time he would say like, all right, nice job. Well done. So yeah, I mean, yes, but nobody's ever like, hey, really good job there. I mean, nobody does that. It's excellent. All right. You got it done. Good.
It's conditional, right? It's absolutely 100% conditional. And that's the worst kind of love. Go ahead and keep it. Right?
Yeah.
For real. I don't want it.
Yeah.
I'd much rather have you hate me than give me conditional love. You're going to love me if I do the right thing. Tell you what, hate me. It's a hell of a lot.
That's the only time. It was very conditional. At what point did you realize the cans did nothing? Alex, I never did. I don't think it's true that the cans do nothing. I can't tell you how many times I would hold those cans trying to complete a session and I would go, I would fake it so hardcore. I would be like, and that's why. Oh my God, I feel so much better. I realize now that I'm a complete piece of shit. That's amazing. Oh my God. And I would purposely really try. And I would start thinking of the happiest moments of life. And I could not get that needle to float. So I don't know. I don't know what's behind that and those electrodes, but my God, you can't get it to.
It really is a low rent lie detector, right? It's testing galvanic reflex, right? And this is something that, you can absolutely play with it. right? You can play, I have one. You can play with it and get to a point where you can screw the thing over, but it is a low rent lie detector. And it's not to say that it doesn't do anything. It definitely does something. And the crazy thing is, right? For all of the talk about how bad the psychiatric community is, this is almost a predecessor to or a direct copy of what? It's just a therapist, except you got a device between the two of you, right? But it's you talking to a therapist. The only problem is that the training this therapist got is horrific, right? They do things that, I mean, that it is the anti. Honestly, everything you ever learned about therapy, do the exact opposite. You'd be in a auditing session.
Shelly, I didn't realize all the emotions I was pushing down until I started therapy. And you guys see it now with me in real time because I will go from, great and doing fine, and then I'll start crying. I mean, I show all kinds of emotions now. I don't usually show anger. That's one place I don't go. I don't get like rage. I don't snap. I don't do all that, but I get sad. I get real kind of griefy sad. Um, did the responsibility make you feel any sense of control or power? True to it. Not much. I always felt like I was under somebody else's control because there was always somebody meaner. There was always a bigger fish. Um, and they're all about control and power. Everybody wants the most power in that organization. Um, but when I was on staff, yeah, I felt a little bit of sense of power. Yeah, I did, being in the ethics officer. Um, I don't know what that means, Christine. Have you ever had any anger towards your mom for this? I feel some things toward my mom, but no, I don't feel anger. I think my mom was severely abused, and she made the best decision based on the little control she had. So no, I really don't feel anger toward my mom. I feel sorry for my mom. Yeah.
That's one of these days we should do a reaction video to your first video. I think that might be fun too.
That's funny you say that, Shelly. I did cry at Whole Foods today.
You didn't call me when you were crying at Whole Foods?
I was talking to a Scientologist.
Oh, I was going to say, Anna Nicole.
Yeah, maybe our first video. What do you mean my first video?
The first one that you did with AA Run.
Okay.
Your first, you or the first one you did without it. Your first YouTube video, because the difference between the Reese I did my first show with and today is staggering. For real. You are working harder than anyone I've ever met at trying to figure out life and enjoy it and suck as much joy out of it as possible. I think it's one of the coolest things I've ever seen. What do you think of that?
Wow. Thank you. I must need to see it because I don't really have any I don't know what you mean.
By the way, Kathy Ann, it happens to convicts too. Guys walk out of prison. You see guys in halfway houses, and in the middle of lunch or in the middle of a conversation, the guy will just start crying, and we'll say to you, I have no idea what's wrong with me. I've been a wreck. I don't know what's it's because you hid your emotions for whatever your sentence was, a decade, right? You weren't allowed to show any emotions. Right?
Yeah.
You can't. So you get out, and all of a sudden it's like, yeah, a good commercial, right? Or a bad weather report. The next thing you know, you're just losing your shit, you tears everywhere. And, you look like an emotional cripple.
Yeah,
but
see that.
I think it's probably pretty similar. I think.
Caroline, in the moment, yes and no. It helped to keep Huxley out. I got a couple questions I'm going to answer, and Tommy, I feel like we need to cut it off because I don't want to overdo it with you. Having Huxley in public school helped me a lot to be away from Scientology and see how he did there outside of Scientology. Did I work through the abandonment issues concerning my mom leaving? I don't know. I mean, I never held that against her, guys. She left because she was threatened and terrified, and my father treated her horribly. I mean, is that something I would have done? I was 6 years old when she left. You'd have to slit my throat to take me away from Huxley. You'd have to let me bleed out and make sure that I'm dead, because no, I would never leave him under any circumstances. But that's not me. That was her. and whatever she was going through, I don't hold that against her. I'm not upset with her, and I don't feel abandoned. I feel abandoned by my father. He's the one who said, "Fuck you, I'm leaving, and don't call me dad ever again." That's more abandonment to me. She left because she was terrified. I'm going to address that tonight, Debbie P. I'm going to do a show on my channel and talk about what happened today. Actually, it was very fascinating and very emotional. Yeah. So if you guys want to come over and watch, that'd be great. But if not, I get it. I seem to be dropping off over there on my channel. There's no subscribers and not a lot of watchers. It's weird. I don't know. I'm going to chalk it up to YouTube.
Loses 7 a day. It's
7 a day.
To do with you. Yeah, 7
I lose way more than that. I'm losing way more than that.
Actually, I looked you up on Social Blade. You're not losing more than that. It feels like it, I bet. But I was researching everybody today. It's sad, but it isn't us, and that's refreshing. But please do check, everybody, to see if you're still subscribed.
I know you say it's just YouTube, but I've never experienced this before. I mean, it is just backpedaling. I've lost 300 people. I've never.
No, it is, but it's happening to everybody. If it was happening to one person, then that would be, we'd say you suck, but it's happening to all of us.
Yeah. Okay. I'll take your word for it. I'm not really overly concerned about it because we have 2 channels now, and I'm kind of excited about that. You and me.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Guys, there's a lot of you in here. Yeah, this was fun, and thank you for sticking it out with us. I really appreciate this, you guys. Mods, thank you for being here. And I'm sorry we didn't do the call-in show. Hopefully we'll have that up and running, I would say, tomorrow.
It's my fault.
I got to take the dog to the groomers tomorrow morning, and I have that's it, actually. I think that's all I have going on tomorrow. GeoPlanet Jane, thanks for being here.
The numbers here are incredible. Thank you all for supporting the Related Boat.
You too, Onyx.
It really is incredible. And you know what? Hit subscribe and hit the bell for notification. About 40% of you are not subscribers, but you're watchers. So hit that subscribe button. We love you,
guys, and thank you for your super chats. Awesome. It's really, really helpful, and
it's gonna bring.
We just love you.
Near you.
'Tis true. Thank you, Amanda. Love you, girl. All right. I hope you guys come over to my channel. I'd say in about an hour and a half.
Amanda. Thank you for
Amanda. She's been on the boat forever. You did a video about her once, congratulating her for being sober for 10 years.
Love it.
Yeah, she's cool.
And I love that Reese doesn't pick on me. She just helps me, right? This is the person, blah, 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 blah. I actually need that. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah, I'm not picking on you at all. It's like an
external memory. I really appreciate it. All righty.
Of course, babe. All right. I will see you guys in about an hour and a half. Tommy and I will see you tomorrow. And thank you for being here. I love you guys. We'll see you tomorrow.
All righty.